Welcome back to an amazing episode of the Billionaire Podcast. Today we're here with Roshio, Roger, and Rashidi, the GiftMe bros. You know, the Billionaire Podcast, we're always naming them, you know. So these guys are from GiftMe. Y'all know what GiftMe is. Y'all can go on, you know, their website. You can go on Google, type in GiftMe Jamaica, and you'll find them, right? But these guys are doing some amazing stuff. They're the pioneers with the e-gifting, within the e-gifting space in Jamaica that allows you to conveniently, you know, just go to any store and basically just use the phone and, you know, you can buy items, you can do all of that, right? At, you know, securely and conveniently, meaning you don't have to walk around with cash. So they're also pioneering the whole movement of like cashless society where governments want you to actually not be utilizing too much cash and just be utilizing softwares like things like this, you know, to make purchases and payments, right? So we're gonna talk to these guys. Be sure to comment below, you know, who you want to see on the podcast next. Be sure to comment, you know, your suggestions. Be sure to comment the questions that you actually want us to ask next, or you want us to ask them, and we will actually do videos. We will actually ask or answer them on the next podcast. Be sure to like, share, subscribe on the pod. Be sure to follow us on our social media platforms. You all know the vibe. Super blessed, super rich. Billionaire Podcast. Before we even go, all the traders out there that want to get funded, be sure to go on protradersfund.com to get funded. Pajama Billionaire sent you. Super blessed, super rich. Y'all know the vibe. Welcome to the Billionaire Podcast. Another amazing episode. Today we're interviewing the men who are pioneering the gift card space in Jamaica and the Caribbean. You know, I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. This is
Rashidi,
Roger,
and Rashoy.
also known as the Men in Black, right?
Triple R collection.
Triple R collection. Now, I want to thank you guys for coming on the Billionaire Podcast. We said that you've been doing so many amazing things within the space, within the gift card space. This is technology that is needed here. You know, like, we're advancing so much, and it is just so amazing to know that young people are able to help and be able to pioneer that advancement right now, you know, not just in Jamaica, but the Caribbean. Right. So what I want to know from you guys is, like, how did all of this get started?
All right. So, I mean, so personally, I've been in the technology space for a very long time, right? Professional, I'm a software engineer, started writing code at 11 years old, right?
Yeah. That's decent. That's about when we start. I think we start at the same age too, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, because I used to write code. I don't write code anymore, though.
So Roger and I basically started around the same time because we're from St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Went to St. Elizabeth Technical High School when the whole digital era just started. You had internet, which is dial-up at the time.
Dial-up.
It was dial-up
So it started
internet,
from them
right?
days there. How old are you guys?
About 11, 12.
How old are you guys right now?
Well, I'm 32 now.
32?
Yeah.
31?
37.
37.
I've become 32 this month.
This
So
month.
I just
Happy birthday
started.
when it comes, rude boy.
Respect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, being in the technology space, we started an agency business that builds software for like banks and brokerage houses, etc.
Brokerage house is like, you're
Like
talking about like
Approven,
JC.
them type of thing,
Okay,
you know?
okay, cool.
So, I mean, that business is kind of a very difficult business to be in because to make money, you have to fulfill on contracts, meaning you have to basically be in sales, a lot of sales.
Yeah.
You have to sell a new contract for a company to build something.
So you have to
in order
pitch to them
earn.
and tell them that,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was always interested in platforms, right? Platforms and infrastructure that make money while you don't have to be creating new contracts or anything like that. You just put up an
Automated-
infrastructure.
Automated income.
Exactly, automated income. So all this idea came to me was that I was in the United States. And I was browsing like through a mall.
Yeah.
And I saw some physical gift cards. If you travel a lot, so you must have seen physical gift cards with the barcode at the back at the malls, and you can purchase them and then gift them like in an envelope or so forth, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was that instantly clicked to me like, what are these things, right? And this was in the middle of COVID, by the way. And
that's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Exactly. Right. And so I after seeing that, I went home and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like thinking about ways I could innovate on a gift card product without it being physical.
Yeah.
And so the idea came to me to build a digital gift card, right? A family and friends during COVID could send back a gift home. That was the whole idea behind GiftMe. So somebody from the United States could send a gift home to go to a spa or go to a restaurant, and because you had the social distancing type of thing, so you couldn't be doing physical things. So it was a cashless society at that time. Everybody had to do things over the internet, etc. So it was like the perfect time to come up with something like this. So afterwards, coming back to Jamaica now, I decided to call Rashidi to pick me up at the airport. Yeah, because we had met briefly before that, and his tenacity and perspicacity and all that, I was really interested in the way that he maneuvered the space and in sales and operational wise, and I wanted to really start this business with him. So I asked him to pick me up from the airport. As I had something.
So you guys started in the pandemic?
In the pandemic.
Okay, perfect.
So I had something exciting to tell him, and then he picked me up, and I told him the idea. He wasn't working at the time. He had just left like an exec level job, basically to venture into entrepreneurship.
You take the risk, man. No people can't take that risk.
Take the plunge. Take the plunge.
Yeah. So imagine leave one of those big jobs, right? And so he immediately said, "Yo, this is a brilliant idea. We're gonna run with it." And that was also then when I invited Roger into the mix. And we started building out the product. Within a few weeks, we had the product ready. And Rashidi actually got our first merchant within that same week. Right. And within that same week, our first merchant got their first sale within the same week. So we realized that, remember, that was really pretty cool. So that was in the pandemic. Nobody could go to these places. You had the lockdowns and all of that.
Let me go on your website right now too.
Yeah, man.
Trying to see something because I have a lot of ideas in my head right now.
So shopgiftme.com, right? Shopgiftme.com.
Giftme.com.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So after that, we You
did the front end work on it.
Yes.
Boy.
Yeah. We get a lot of praises for that. Yeah. So afterwards, we started. I think the second merchant came by word of mouth, right? Like merch. So we realized that a network effect started to take place. Even though it was a very hard grind, because we had during the pandemic, Rashid was the one that was leading the effort on the ground while we're focusing on building out the software, different components of it. So Rashid basically hit the ground running in a mask, because you had to be wearing mask everywhere you went, right? And we knock on doors. It was a really, really hard outbound sales process, right? And so we knocked on every single door that we could knock on, right? And we got a bunch of merchants signed up. So we kind of created the software in such a way where when you had a GiftMe, when you were a merchant on GiftMe, you had a URL that you could post in your Instagram bio, and so
an affiliate code,
exactly. It's like a handle, like you have an Instagram handle.
So but do they earn commission based on the sign-ups on that as well?
No. So what happens is that the merchant. So let's say a merchant signed up, and the merchant has an Instagram page. They could post their GiftMe link, so somebody could click the link and purchase a gift card from them, right? So so we kind of socially engineered it that way so that we could get a lot of inbounds without a lot of marketing, because those merchants would have already marketed their page, right? And so that was one thing, and that's essentially how the business started when we started.
Boy, I seen more than. I'm scrolling right now.
Long time I scroll, man.
I'm seeing more than probably 50 merchants on this right now.
We have about 250.
Over 250, yeah.
We are there. One time.
Big up.
2 times. 3 times. See that?
Solid, man.
Yeah,
Big boy league.
Big boy league.
Big boy league. Can continue.
Yes. So I mean, that is how we started, and then we still have a very outbound rich sales culture where we still knock on doors, even though we get a lot of requests now for inbounds.
Never ever stop that.
No, we don't. No.
Some people will get that 200 customers and feel like they make it now. Okay, they're comfortable with the money that they're making from that 200 customers.
Yes, that is
You
true.
need to keep on growing because there's a lot more merchants in Jamaica and there's a lot more merchants across the world that you guys can actually target.
Yeah.
And for example, this company, I'm looking at it right now, there's really no limit to it.
Yeah.
And especially how the world is actually trying to transition into the cashless society, there's so much things that you can actually do with this outside of just probably like a gift card to purchase and stuff like that. Well, this can even act as a digital wallet.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, gift cards in itself, it's a very flexible product.
Yeah.
So out of gift cards,
I love it. It's like a little bank. I'm thinking of it as a
I
little
mean, I would
bank.
say I would go as far as saying
I
that
would
still.
not use those words to describe it, right? But yeah,
But it's a very flexible product that allows us to unearth a lot of opportunities that
Yeah.
wouldn't even think about initially.
Yeah. Because my mind, let me just tell you what my mind is. My mind is like 1x, right? Like before we start. But then the more I get closer to
Understanding the product.
yeah, not just understanding the product, but like just understanding the fact that you guys have 200 customers, merchants right now. And from those merchants, each merchant has probably 10 customers minimum, right? So 200 times 10 is 2,000 right there. And then transactions of 1,000 to 50,000. But why have that 50,000 limit though?
well, that is something that we decided on because in the beginning, you had a
3,000
lot of
like-
you had a lot of
350 US.
you see, so fraud is a thing in the payment
KYC.
space, right? So exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when we started, we say, let's keep it at a maximum of $50,000.
But I wouldn't want you to limit yourself though.
Yeah.
Because there's so much potential that once you have the proper KYC process in place and like 3 days too, you're good.
Yeah, for sure. So we do have a lot of those things though, and I'll let Harry speak on our
Harry's the man on KYC. I see
yes.
that because I see him from before.
Well, I wouldn't say KYC per se, because when you as a customer go on to GiftMe, right, and you just want to purchase a gift card. So early on we had a sign up process. We
Which
realized
is okay.
you had to sign up to purchase a gift card, right? And so we observed our users and we realized that we had a lot of abandonment.
Fall off because of
Right.
the KYC.
We didn't reach KYC.
Okay.
All right, just sign up, just email, password, basic stuff. And so we went the guest checkout route. Right after that, we start getting more fraudulent attempts. It's easier for your good actors or your good users to purchase, which is fantastic. But then the bad actors in the system, it's easy for them.
Yeah,
to,
man will see that as an easy way to
right.
yeah.
Right. So basically, what we had to do is that we had to take a dynamic friction approach. So depending on the
Dynamic friction. I like that word.
Yeah.
We're going to start using that word.
Dynamic.
Dynamic friction.
So depending on the signals that we get or the behavioral characteristics of the user, then you would take certain actions. So basically you tier them low risk, medium risk, high risk, and then you'd apply friction.
Also,
accordingly.
you embed like a risk management tool inside of the website, and you also have like a conversion tracking tool to see, okay, this user does this user does that, or this user doesn't do this.
It's multifaceted. So it's from a risk tracking. So we have like risk scoring, internal risk scoring mechanisms that we
Implement.
kind of implemented, and
Very
also
smart. I
behavior
like that.
tracking.
I like
So we have a lot of tools and also in-house setup that we use to do these things.
You see that will help with conversion long term. Like I've seen it. I've implemented a couple of those in a couple of sites. Same thing you guys saying.
Yeah.
Tremendous benefits. You can continue. Dynamic
Dynamic friction.
Dynamic friction, yes.
So depending on where you fall in terms of the
Yeah.
risk tier, then would apply friction. Then probably require 3DS. And
Yeah.
then beyond that, sometimes 3DS fails, so you do a form of KYC. But KYC isn't enough to stop fraudsters. Like 70% of fraud happens after KYC.
Yeah, 100%. But
Yeah.
you said the thing about like it depends on like the partnership that you guys have with or whichever institution that you guys using to process the payments. Because in terms of like 3DS2 failing, 3DS2 failing like I know some cars don't really have 3DS2 still,
That's right.
But once you have like the customer ID front and back and the selfie with the ID, isn't that like protecting you?
Well, I mean, protection from the standpoint of that you have that on file. That you could basically, if they file a dispute, you could basically, file against them, essentially, or dispute the dispute, essentially. Then would have to provide those things as evidence to say that this customer did indeed make the purchase.
Yeah.
But with 3DS2, what happens is that the liability shifts
To the customer.
to
Once
the,
they
to,
do
no,
the
to the
forward-
issuing bank. Once 3DS2 is basically leverage. The good thing about it is that if the issuing bank has 3DS2, but the customer never acknowledge 3DS2, even though the payment processor tried to initiate 3DS2 via the issuing server, what will actually happen is that it will still shift to the issuing bank. So 3DS2 is very, very good, but you
Yeah.
still have the edge cases where 3DS2 is not invoked at all for
a
some
lot
card
of-
processors.
I know, like, for example, 2 years ago, not a lot of the banks in Jamaica were using 3DS2, but now more of them are using it.
Yeah.
Right now. What you guys think is the reason for that? The same
The
fraud
card networks mandated.
Yeah,
mandated because of fraud.
Visa and MasterCard and all of them mandated.
Yeah, and I
that
see.
thing.
I even saw this grey list thing where Jamaicans, a lot of Jamaican companies Jamaica on a whole was kind of blacklisted.
Yeah, the European.
We were. So we moved from the blacklist back to a grey list now.
A grey
We're
list
still
now.
on a grey list. So if you really look at, and I think I'd seen a podcast where a lot of this was spoken about. I think Billionaire Podcast, where somebody had spoken about the whole infrastructure and why it is hard to basically do businesses here in terms of payments and KYC information and how many documents the banks want. And so those things are actually in place and they have to collect the information every time. So they can't have like a one identity type of thing where they could just seamlessly have those experiences. So it is because we're on a grey list. So we're not really tightly integrated into the banking system that the Feds worldwide. Exactly. So we have to go through different strenuous protocols in order to do businesses with the rest of the world.
So what are your guys' suggestions though?
I mean, it's a fundamental approach. You have to think about the when I say private sector, I mean like the banks, the people who own the bank. They have to fundamentally change the way that they do things and implement more digital processes at their levels, right? And then this will trickle down now to the end user. Basically, an onboarding process should not be a physical thing. It's quite easy. Everybody has a TRN and ID of some
You
form.
said it should not be a physical thing?
No, it should not be a physical
Should be
thing.
a digital
It should be a
thing.
digital thing, right? But the thing is, I don't believe that a lot of these institutions are incentivized to do those things because they don't make a lot of money from individual customers. That's not really where they make the bag.
Where they make the bag.
They make money, and Rash can speak to this. He worked in the financial space.
He worked
they
in
make
a
money.
bank.
they make money from more of the different instruments that they invest in. So maybe a bank takes all of the deposits that they have and put it into a US Treasury and it earns them X amount. Or
I
they
see
have
them make
different.
a lot of money on like mortgages. Like 2 mortgages, pay off everything.
Yeah. But you remember, mortgages even take a long time to amortize unless they have some sort of insurance on the mortgage where they can have monies up front just to sell that mortgage to somebody else. I mean, Rashid, you can speak on those things more.
I was also having a conversation the other day while we're on the mortgage topic that most people like after like working in a job for example 10 years, most people are going to switch or most people are going to be replaced, right? And as such, if a person has a young person got a mortgage while they were probably 20, right? 10 years they turn 30, more than likely they want to switch jobs, they're tired of it, or they get fired, and the chances are probably 3 months, because the bank give you like 3 months before they come back for your house.
Yeah.
So more than likely, you won't get a job in 3 months. Therefore, the bank is going to come back for your house and then just resell your house to somebody else. You can speak on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't really delve too deep into this because
Yeah.
you
Complex
know,
topics,
it's
right?
very divisive,
Yeah.
right?
That's like a big chop still.
Yeah,
But
very divisive.
he's best suited to
Legal
talk
chop.
about these things.
But yeah, the mortgage thing kind of
Yeah.
is tricky because most people don't know, but you don't actually start paying on your principal on the mortgage until like 15 years.
15 years.
It's like halfway into the mortgage,
Yeah.
whereby your actual mortgage payments start paying down a significant amount of your
Yeah.
principal. So what he says,
Yeah.
it's true. Like that can happen.
And with
Like,
a mortgage, you're paying like 3 times for the property.
yeah, man. So I mean, especially in increasing interest rates environment like what we're having now, I mean, a lot of the mortgage rates have started to increase.
Yeah.
So, and you know, PAY doesn't increase as fast as those things. So, it's everybody has to pretty much assess where they are, in their financial life, to make an assessment as to how they go about, either acquiring or renting or whatever it is.
Yeah. So, so continue. You can continue about the dynamic traction.
Yeah. Dynamic friction.
Dynamic friction.
Right. So as I was saying earlier, depending on where you fall in terms of internal risk scoring now, would apply friction, you'd apply 3DS. Because as you stated, sometimes 3DS fails for whatever reason. Servers, etc. You don't want to lose that customer because e-commerce conversions are actually 2 to 3% of your visitors. That's an e-commerce. That's the standard. That's Amazon. That's all the big guys, right? So you want to make it as easy as possible to close
onboard
the
a
sale.
customer. Boy, I have experience with that. You can continue.
So we kind of learned this along the way, and so our entire funnel, how everything operates, is geared towards adding friction when needed.
Yeah. So you guys have a funnel guy that deals with that, or you guys just analyze yourself as the business owners?
I mean, we do a lot of this ourselves.
Okay.
Still a startup.
Still a startup.
Still learning.
Okay. So you guys have like external partners on the team, or is just you guys alone?
Just
All three of you guys?
There are 12. We have 12 total people on the team now.
12 total people in terms of like people that work for you or people that are partners.
People that work for employees.
Employees.
Yes, total.
That's nice. That's decent.
So mainly the whole face of the whole thing is just the three of you guys in terms of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
And-
we are the founders of the business.
So
I really like how you guys did that, because I appreciate the fact that you came up with the idea. You know, you saw a problem, you thought of a solution, and you didn't just keep it to yourself, right? Because a lot of people that have really intuitive ideas, they tend to keep it to themselves, to tend to want to make all the money for themselves, right?
Yeah.
But you reached out to Rashidi and you guys started brainstorming how you're going to execute the plan, and then you reached out to Roger and you incorporated Roger in. Roger seems like the main tech guy in all of this. From what I'm hearing, Roger seems like all systems fail. Okay, I can fix this. I can deal with this.
So I mean, I would just say that I think one of the reasons for us gaining so much traction and
because I
creating
was
a
about to
wonderful
ask,
product is because we actually fundamentally have different strengths.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
in starting a technology business, it's very rare you find one founder that can do everything. Right? You have one that is very strong in tech, you have one that's maybe very strong in sales, and you have one that's very strong in marketing.
So
whatever it is.
which are you guys?
So essentially, Dynamic is Rashidi's operation sales.
Sales. So
Right.
you're major in sales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He also leads the team that manages all the customer, the merchant
Merchants and
success,
stuff like that.
the corporate manager. So we have somebody that, because we have over 100 corporate companies that use us to do incentives for their employees, meal benefits and gas allowances and all sorts of stuff, right?
I like that. I like that.
And then Roger is head of product. He's also our CTO. Right, and he leads everything to do with like fraud and all those things, right, and ensure.
That's
'cause
why
right
we're
now we
able
have
to
a
talk about the dynamic
zero
friction.
fraud rate right now.
Yeah.
So before we had a lot of fraud before Roger basically, and this is something that he actually learned during building the business, how to basically dive deep into fraud and we
wanted
built
to
one of the
teach us
most.
Yeah.
Teach the pod that so other businesses can know. 'Cause a lot of them watching it.
Yeah.
For sure, but teaching the pod, then you'll give also the fraudsters ideas
Yeah.
of how we do the thing.
True. Yeah. You see, all right. You
Keep the
see.
techniques in house, and then I'm because primarily I came up with the idea, so
Like the visionary.
yeah, about how so all of us are visionaries, so we kind of brainstorm daily for hours and so forth. But I lead the engineering stuff,
So the
back-end
coding and
engineering,
the working with
all
the
the
external
coding
coders
and
stuff.
all of that, and how to go about. Because it's not just about coding; it's about how to put that product together. From how users interact with it, from how it's stored in the database, how it's processed on a job queue, and all of those things. How do we scale from allowing corporate customers to buying 100 gift cards to 10,000 gift cards within a few minutes? Those type of things, Those are scaling stuff. So scaling a business not just from perspective of going to millions of users, also scaling your operations and technology. And
internally, so that it can manage the inflow of customers.
exactly, and we do have a lot of traffic these days.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to ask you. So in terms of the GiftMe, is it that they have physical cards, or is it that you have
Completely
it
digital.
on the phone?
Completely digital.
So you just the app and you scan the barcode whenever you're at a merchant and you just pay. It's
Yeah.
like an Apple tap to pay, basically.
Yeah, basically. So essentially, the QR code technology still we build our own secure mechanisms in the QR code and how payment works. And we kind of created a very seamless user experience from the merchant's perspective and the end user perspective who is paying with the gift card. So everybody has really spoken to us about the experience. They said it was the easiest thing ever, right? And so we pretty much kind of engineer everything in our business from what is the easiest thing for the user to do during this experience. When they're buying a gift card, if you go on it, it's so simple to check out. It's the most beautiful website, right? We get a lot of asked questions, who built your website and all that? You know, built our website in-house. From our checkout experience to how the gift card is delivered, to how a customer can track the gift card, to how a customer, if it wasn't delivered and it was bounced, if they send it to the wrong email address, how can they send it back to the right email address? From when the gift card is received in an email or text message, how can you save it to your GiftMe wallet? Because we have an app that you can save the gift card in there so you can access it easier later. So we realized that a lot of our users use the GiftMe app, thousands of users on there, right? So pretty much we kind of look at the experience, even from the merchant perspective of reconciliation. When you go there, they have our merchant app that they use to redeem the card, and then how easy we've made it for them to recon into their POS or accounting suite or whatever it is, right? So we kind of think deeply about those things.
I realize they don't have like a login for like, say for instance, I'm a merchant. Oh, you have a sign up and a sign in. So you say for corporations and then you say for merchants.
Yeah.
Or corporates for merchants. What's the difference between corporate
So for
and
merchants are the vendors, right, that you'd buy a gift card from. A corporate is like a NCB group. So all the corporate companies that you
That
really know of
use
use
your-
us.
like
NCB Group,
incentives and
Sagicor
stuff.
Group, JN Group, all of them.
So you're saying a merchant is different from a corporate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So the merchant is Fontana, the corporate is NCB. So the corporate is buying a gift card from a merchant.
Oh, so the
All right, you have staff, right?
yeah.
So you could be a corporate
So
company.
like Billionaire Holdings Limited.
Yeah. So let's say you wanted to incentivize your staff monthly.
So I'd
you
go
could
to
sign up as a
Fontana.
corporate. Sign up as a corporate. We have a whole portal, right? Like you could just go in there and say, all right, I want 10 Fontana right now.
Oh,
And you
10
just
Fontana
buy-
gift cards right
for
now.
my 10 staff. You just buy them.
Okay, so
it's
the
instant.
corporate buys from the merchant.
Yes. So that's that's a B2B side, business to business.
So what about the merchant? So the merchant, so the corporate buys from the merchant. That's it.
That's it.
Merchant doesn't do any interaction with the corporate.
Nope.
No,
Other
so,
than
so,
selling.
so think of us as the broker, the middleman between the corporate and the merchant. So we
Okay.
provide a digital channel for the corporate to get these gift cards from the merchant, because the corporate cannot go directly to the merchant and say, hey, I need 10 digital gift cards, because the merchant doesn't have the infrastructure to create digital gift cards. If they want paper gift cards, yes, but if they want it digitally, they come
Yeah,
through.
so go through
All right,
you.
let me
Tell
give you a
us.
quick scenario. Think about this. Let's say Billionaire Holdings wanted 100 gift cards from Fontana. You'd have to go to Fontana, and Fontana would have to print
100.
100
But you
gift
guys just
cards.
automatically just do it right
We've
away.
automated that whole process. You don't even need to interact with Fontana.
All right. I want to ask you a major question.
Yeah.
So I see you have merchant corporates. What about everyday customers that don't work with a company that just want a gift card?
I just want to send a gift
So-
card
I
to
just understand
Pajama.
that.
All right.
Like,
Oh yeah,
say-
yeah.
say
So,
for
so what
instance-
you went on just now is
Yeah.
a consumer marketplace, like a regular person. You want to send a gift card to your mother, your girlfriend, or whoever.
On this
You- yeah.
this
So
page.
so once you're
Let's
on
not
there
use
now.
the word regular, because this is not regular.
Yeah. So scroll up and click buy a gift card.
Yeah,
at the
buy a
top.
gift card.
Scroll down a bit. See.
Buy
Yeah.
gift card.
Let's go through. So scroll down. Let's say you
I can
wanted to
select
buy a
merchant.
Starbucks, for example.
Starbucks.
You
and,
click on Starbucks.
yeah.
You just select the amount that you want. right
Say
there.
for instance, I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Select an artwork.
What's this video about now?
So we realized that we got some requests for people who wanted to add like a video
of like
to the gift
Yeah,
card.
yeah,
So
yeah,
when the recipient receives it, they could pay
video
the gift card.
plays.
Because happy birthday,
Yeah,
and you have the
yeah,
gift
yeah,
card
yeah.
in front of you.
Okay, surprise your loved ones with a video under 30 seconds and 300 MB for only $1.
Yeah.
Okay, and then continue. And
Continue, pay with your card, and it's done. So you have to select an artwork up top. Right. Any one of those.
Artwork, Starbucks.
Yeah, scroll down and continue.
Continue.
Yeah,
And
enter there.
then
Yeah.
enter the email.
Yeah.
Send a gift to myself because I'm blessed.
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
And then enter your details.
Yeah.
All right, so. All right, and then continue.
Yeah.
And then pay.
Yeah, you can even preview it if you wanted to.
No, man, I don't have to preview.
So go ahead.
So pay.
Pay. Yeah.
And I'm paying right now. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You see this merchant now? Oh, you guys, we're talking back about the fraud.
So we'll definitely we will not talk about
aspect of stuff, bro. Because the merchant, like, I do very high volume, but I would assume that because the businesses that I'm in, multiple businesses, are high risk businesses, right? Because I'm within the trading space and I'm dealing with a lot of international and local customers. And while we might provide the best services possible and the best experience, it's a situation where people are just dishonest, right? And even like the Figaro situation in Jamaica, where the banks are introducing Figaros, a lot of scammers are causing it a bad situations for merchants where they have to be beefing up their systems right now, right? And I know a lot of merchants who, or even businesses like me personally, I have a lot of businesses that I would have wanted a less strict KYC process, but then I have to beef it up because I remember 1 month I lost $100,000 by fraudsters, you know, and then I had to beef up KYC, and then I lost way less after that, you know. I still lose money now and then, yeah, but I lost a lot less after that, which is why it kind of pushed me to start a KYC company privately. And we'll basically do KYC verification for a lot of different businesses, you know. So you can talk to me about, or you want to talk off air?
Off the air. Off the air.
definitely off the air.
Off air?
Yes.
Off air is better. Yeah, man, because we definitely...
Can't give the fraudster them the way around it.
We're not giving the fraudsters the way around it.
Yes.
All right? But, and then what if, say for instance, what if a company wanted to like, say for instance, because you guys found such an amazing solution to fraudsters for your company right now, what if companies wanted to, or an individual wanted to approach you guys and be like, they want to pay for consultations on how to do this? They can.
He would definitely love that.
Of course.
They can.
Yeah, so we have been approached by even a large company in Jamaica. I will not mention the name, about how we go about to do this. Yeah, so people ask us all the time, but we don't have the time to basically become a security company and telling people how to fix their processes and so forth.
People ask us about fraud. People ask us about, can you build our websites for us?
Yeah.
Can you build our apps for us? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it that it's just too much for your plate, or is it that? What is
Yeah,
it?
I mean,
No, you know what? Focus is very important,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Especially building a startup business. And you basically introduce a new category. So this category was never created before by anybody, right?
Yeah,
So
the gift
if you think
giving.
about digital gift cards in Jamaica, we're synonymous with the whole thing. So if somebody new were to come now, they would not, and they had a different approach, people would be like, this is not how digital gift cards work. Because no, GiftMe is synonymous with gift cards,
Yeah.
right? So we basically introduced the concept of how it works in the country.
You know the big question I want to ask, and I wish David Nunes was here. You guys plan to list on the stock exchange?
Well, we can't really speak about
That,
an exit strategy.
it's not
but-
even an exit. I wouldn't say it's an exit strategy still, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like listing on the stock exchange is more of a...
You're
it's-
just going public per se.
No,
You're
not-
not exiting.
not
Like
even-
you wouldn't leave the
No, man.
business.
So,
not
alright,
even
selling
that.
it.
so let me explain to you why it's an exit strategy. So when you have investors in your business, right, investors will ask you like, what's an exit strategy? So it could be a way of acquisition, a way of a merger, a way of a public listing. So when you list on a stock exchange, you get like a valuation. So it means that your net worth has gone up, right? And then knowing the price may double, triple, whatever it is, and your net worth go up more, then you might be able to take some chips off the table by selling some of your equity. So so exit in sense is how do you get money or more net worth inside the business that you've built into your pocket or as a part of the assets that you hold.
I was looking at it from more of a long-term plan in terms of like business sustainability and business just being around for like the next 50 to 100 years.
So put it this way, it's not off the cards. I mean, it is an avenue that can be explored.
I thought he was the one that was going to answer that question still, not you.
Man. So we actually have a lot of debate among us about what we will do with the business. But the thing is that we always like to say that less than 1% of the country knows about GiftMe, even though it's quite popular in the space now. But we still haven't, a lot of the things that we're going to be launching and building currently, or a new mobile app that is coming pretty soon. A lot of integrations with different conglomerates, huge partners all across the world.
So how does Billionaire Holdings become a partner of this? Just asking. Just asking.
We'll talk about that off the air, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I really like what you guys doing, and I feel like I have a lot of ideas as well, because if I'm being extremely open with you guys, like I have like a folder of softwares that I'm actually building up. And I just have not gotten to this one as yet.
Yes.
But it is not to say it's the same model, because it is not the same business model, but it is more of it is a similar but different in multiple ways, which I feel like, say, you guys know off the scene, We're going to talk about it because it's going to be massive. Remember this conversation.
All right.
It's going to be massive,
Definitely.
Right, because we're even in the crypto space as well too. And you see where that is going. But what are you guys thoughts on Jamdex right now, like, and what they're trying to do with that?
Funny enough, that is one of that was one of the space we actually
It kind of falls within what you guys doing with GiftMe right now as well.
Yeah.
we started
Kind of to what kind.
As a form of payment.
It's a form of payment.
I don't view Jamdex as a, you said crypto, as a cryptocurrency.
I don't view it as
it's not a cryptocurrency. So it's essentially a digital currency, and it is not what you'd call a distributed digital currency either, because it's owned by only one stakeholder. So it's not a blockchain type of thing. It's just a ledger. So I started in the blockchain space, built the first blockchain mobile wallet locally called Caracoin.
It's still available?
It's called Senate now. It's still available. They moved it to Spain. And
you sold it out? You sold it?
No, so I was working with a team at that time. It wasn't my company.
Okay.
But at that time, Bitcoin was at $90, bro. So I mean,
bro, what's up? Like,
No.
you can tell us.
I actually sold my last Bitcoin.
Just give us like 3 digits out of the many.
I sold my last Bitcoin. Let me tell you what actually happened. And we actually used to invest in a lot of ICOs back in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
But
I know a guy right now, and this is why I was asking you to like you can just block off the digits to the far right and just show us like the first 3, and that's okay. But I know a guy right now that has like probably 60 Bitcoins.
really?
Yeah.
60.
Yeah.
Oh.
60 coins. At what? 30,000 per coin?
Yeah, like average it 25 now. Or can just check.
25,000.
He got in a
60.
little bit late. He got in like 2017, 2018.
He got in early. I think he bought them for like within the 100 regions as well.
Yeah, man. That was
60 times.
yeah. You see the issue about getting into the
He has
blockchain industry.
$1.5 million in Bitcoin right now. And like, I was the guy that told a lot of them to buy. And I don't have that much Bitcoin right now.
Funny enough, I know a forex trader that I told about, and she has a lot of them. Maybe like a couple hundred Bitcoin, a couple thousand Ethereums. And
Right now?
she just travels the world now. She doesn't work anymore.
Bro,
Essentially.
funny enough, every time I talk to this guy, I will go and I will try to log into one of my old exchanges, bro. Because I know I have some coins and that, because I bought a lot back then, it's just that I kind of wasn't paying attention to it too much.
Yeah.
But it's just there, bro. And I have a lot of ledgers. I have a lot of wallets that just all over the place. I can't find. I try to go through my old emails, but I feel like one day God is going to make me find it, you know.
Yeah. The funny thing is that
Yeah.
I was too early in the blockchain space because I was actually at that time you never had multi-signature wallets and nothing like that.
Yeah.
None of these you couldn't build on top of Ethereum and none of
Anything
there was
right
no
now,
protocol them time. So it was ETC at the time, even before you had ETH, Ethereum Classic, right?
Yeah.
We had thousands of them when you had the Ethereum hack where they stole like $360 million from the blockchain, and we just decided to dump all of them because we used to mine them at the office, and I had probably like 60 bitcoins at that time too, and I used to give them away to all my friends.
I feel like we need to,
you
the
know,
next
I
project
sold
we need
my
to
last
do.
one at like $8,000.
I feel like the next project we need
yeah.
to do is build a time machine.
Facts.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's the next
man.
project, bro.
We try not to think about the whole blockchain thing because
Yeah.
it's like a heart aching kind of thing.
Because to know
Trauma,
where,
trauma.
to know what
No,
you
seriously,
had
it's traumatic.
and know that you
Yeah.
were like, all right, let's just get out and to see
Yeah.
where it is now and where it was when it was even better.
Yeah, man. So it's not something that you should think of, especially you. You know, you were there when Bitcoin was early, and you know, I was there.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. It was a part of an ICO, and being a part of the ICO, they gave me one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that time Bitcoin was like $3,000, and then it went up to like $8,000, and I sold it to his cousin, right? And that was my last Bitcoin that
So
I
your
sold.
cousin still have that Bitcoin holding now?
Bro,
Probably sold it when it went up
bro,
a bit,
you
right?
know the last major thing that if I really think about it, bro, it probably would drive me crazy. I remember when Bitcoin was a manual, like I margin trade as well, right? So I traded Bitcoin from $1,000 all the way to 60,000. You remember that run?
69,000.
69,000.
Yes.
I'm upset. Because, bro, like, imagine if because I was doing heavy withdrawals from my trading. So whenever I withdraw my trading, I would like put the money. I had like Coin Mama. I had money on Coin Mama.
Coin Mama, I know Coin Mama.
I
Yes.
had money on Kraken as well. So sometimes I would
CX and
CX and
all
all
them.
that. I feel like CX have some money for me too, you know.
Bitfinex, yeah, the one Bitfinex.
Bitfinex, and
yeah.
you have like you have a next one which is Bitstamp.
Bitstamp. Yeah,
Bro.
we had so many of them, bro.
Bro, I don't know. Bitstamp has some money for me right now.
You should check it
I
out.
promise you. But I try logging in and it's like they're asking me to sign
Secret
up
key.
back.
Yeah, probably even forgot your secret key because they had enforced a secret key when wallets became multi-signature.
It's been a little while since I used them still.
Yeah.
So I figured, but bro,
It's a train miss, bro. That's just what
yeah,
it is.
just a miss, but I can't. But yeah. So look at that. So Bitcoin was at $1,000, bro, and I got into Bitcoin at 1,000, all right, and which was pretty late still, you know. And then I traded it up to 69,000. Then I cashed out at 69,000. It went back down. Well, I'm looking at it as. You can't really look at it. Bro,
Yeah, you can't really look at it.
honestly, I'm not even
Honestly.
going to think about it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You get me?
Some lose many.
Huh?
Win some, lose.
I think most people that made their money in it,
Mm-hmm.
they just entered and they never look back at the money.
Yeah.
That's
They
what you have
never
to do.
traded it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do with
basically.
some
Yeah.
investments as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but as entrepreneurs, you know, yes, you guys said that you're a startup, right?
Yeah.
What has the journey been like as a startup, though? Fun?
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
stressing? Because it
Very
kind of
stressful.
stressful, you know.
Yeah, we get to
earlier.
solve really complex problems.
Mm-hmm.
Operational problems, technological problems, infrastructure and fraud problems.
Yeah.
It's like when you think about it and you're going through the motions, it's really difficult. But when you actually arrive at a finished product and you've built something
Yeah,
and then
like,
you see,
voila.
yeah,
Like me.
yeah, like so, yeah.
I won't lie to you. I'm a devs argue every day. But when we have that solution, voila, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro.
Yes.
Find it.
Yes.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, you
Yes.
know, and then I was like, yo, let's go have food or let's go do this, let's go
Yeah,
do that. You
yeah.
get me? So it's a very frustrating process. But how do you guys manage all of that though?
It's a simple framework.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all have different pieces, you know, of the chessboard that we move around, right? And so, you know, when it comes to like fraud, and I didn't even think about that type of thing.
Before
He
I
just
start-
manages that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to think about which payment processor to use. I just want to hear billings. They call me billings. Just we're implementing this,
Yeah.
and I just craft the way that we're going to do it, how the checkout page is going to look, how it's going to interact with the order server and cashier server and all these different things. And we just build it out and then know when the product is finished, and then Rash is like, yeah, we'll put it a road in, and then they say hundreds of people start using it. Because right now we get thousands of touch points on the GiftMe server every month, right? And we're giving merchants that are on our platform the opportunity to make millions of dollars that they would have otherwise not had access to those channels, right?
Or
Through the
those
gift card
customers.
channels, right? We're giving customers the ability to purchase. Like, I could forget my girl birthday and it's the day, and I just buy a big spa gift card, and she'll be happy because she knows she can go to the spa with that completely digital process. I don't need to run to Fontana or anywhere else in traffic and all those type of things. And then when you think about corporate companies, know that we have a lot of those that are active on the platform every day, that are using the platform to purchase millions of dollars worth of gift card for their staff. It's a very good feeling to end up there, but because when you don't think about the pain stuff again that you had to go through to build out these features and these tools, etc. So software engineering, as I always say to my co-founder, is just a discipline and a way that you get to a product. Because I don't really look at software engineering as, oh my God, I got to engineer software. We got to engineer products, right? We got to engineer end user experiences. Got to engineer the best experience, the most beautiful experience.
You know
That's
what
what
I love that about him? Because as a coder, most developers don't care about the user experience, right? They just care about getting the code done and it's working, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where, even for me, like with a lot of my businesses, I have to go in and I have to be, it's kind of micromanaging, right? I have to micromanaging to ensure that things are done the right way so that the user have the best experience. Because if they don't have the best experience, you only my friends or cousins, cousins, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're going to tell him, and he's going to tell 5 people.
Yes.
And then those 5 people are going to tell 5 more people.
Yeah.
And then those 5 people, those people never use the platform. But guess what? They're going to act like they used it.
And
And they're going to
things
give
about it.
no bad things. They're telling bad things.
Oh, you mean in terms of telling them bad? Oh, yeah.
Bad
yeah,
experience. So one bad experience, just like for example the sign-up process. Don't use them. They have a bad sign-up process.
Yeah.
I ever saw that conversation the other day with like another company that was doing some stuff in the pandemic, and most people never use that company, but they're just writing the company off just because of one person saying something, and it just Chinese telephone.
Yeah,
So-
you have to be meticulous about, especially when you're in the direct-to-consumer space, business space, you have to be very meticulous about what you put out there and how it looks, and it has to work, especially in Jamaica,
If it
especially
don't work
in
one
Jamaican
time,
Twitter.
Facts.
You had a bad experience.
Facts.
And the funny thing about our product is that we've had people come and say, hey guys, you need to I need to be able to do this easier or whatever. And we have a very good feedback loop with our customers, right? So we implement things fast and ship fast, and then we communicate with them that this has been added, right? But we've had like slight experiences where you have a new cashier at a merchant that needs to like
Learn how to use the system.
to learn, right? So probably they didn't learn because they're new, right? They need to be trained, right? And they need to basically redeem a gift card, and a customer could not redeem the gift card, and the customer is not cussing GiftMe, the customer is cussing the merchant to say that I use GiftMe all the time and it's the most seamless experience I've ever had, this merchant and this and that. So we don't get those backlashes where somebody goes on Twitter and say, oh, a complete foolishness and them type of thing.
It's just it's
because we have a great customer service, live chat, how we communicate with our customers. They can just, within the app, on a gift card, anywhere they are, they can get to us
Also,
in a matter of minutes.
In terms of your live chat, right? Is it automated, like AI driven, or is it that you have people behind the
People.
chat?
People.
I'm on the chat, he's on the chat, he's on the chat,
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
on the chat.
But you guys
Appreciate
are
that.
on the podcast right now, so how that work?
We have other
Well,
people
what
on the
else you
chat.
on the chat?
So you guys are 3 out of 12, so that's 9
Yes,
left.
so we have a lot of people on the chat. We have built out a lot of resources and so forth, so people can have FAQs, and where as time goes by, you learn from what people are saying. Because if you automate before you understand, then you automate foolishness.
So true.
So you have to automate based on feedback. So you
Love
look at
that.
you catalog questions that people ask, look at the most popular ones, and then you can create resources like how-tos and all those things around them.
You're not
That's how you
realize?
craft the
So do you guys
experience.
plan to implement AI?
Well, I mean, AI is a great fancy term that is thrown around right now. AI has existed for a very long time, right? In many different ways. They just created they have generative AI in the sense of like a chat now where you can talk to it and all of that.
And I think that is based on more of your point a while ago. I think they implemented that based off of understanding first.
Yes,
So
exactly.
they could program the software
Feedback.
to more speak with, like you're
Yes.
speaking to a human.
Yes. So natural language processing is essentially what a GPT or a BARD and those different ones are.
Yeah.
And so naturally, you guys you have a company that maybe use like copy.ai and them thing to create like
Copy AI to create like
Instagram captions and
stuff like
descriptions
that.
and them type of thing.
I actually use Chat GPT right now to whenever I have like OCR extractions, I
Yeah.
use it to organize the data.
Nice. They're very good at that because it's natural language, right?
Yeah.
Understands context, pretext, all sorts of different things. So what actually happened now with AI and us is that we're not really we think about these things, but you have to also look at the use case. We don't particularly have a use case right now for AI.
Yeah.
So we've not we're focused on our core problem. So we're trying to enhance and make that better and create a user experience. I mean, there are certain little things that we've thought about that AI could be used for, which we will not talk about here right now.
Until
But exactly, but they're
we set up that partnership agreement that we're about to talk about.
exactly. So and then now it's when you talk
forgot
about
David.
AI, it's used as
Definitely.
data. You have to. We're very big on security, data protection acts, GDPR, the Jamaica Data Protection Act, those type of things. We're very careful of the type of data that we store, contact information, those type of things. You have to be very, very serious. Encryption at rest, backing up data, ensure that you have a persistent type of infrastructure because, when you have other companies leveraging it, you have to always have availability on these type of things. So these are things that we think about. Immediate problems, not artificial intelligence. So that is how we think about the business.
I want to ask you guys a question. I see Elon Musk on Twitter, right? He has a subscription. He has multiple subscription models currently, right? For creators to benefit.
Verification and thing like that.
Not even verification, but like for creators to benefit, right? Because he quote unquote believes in
You're
creators.
smart. I know where you're going, but
Yeah.
continue.
Right?
Yeah.
So as a merchant, right? As a corporate entity who is on the platform, or a merchant who's on the platform, all of these users that come on and buy the gift cards for these specific merchant, is it that you guys would allow the merchants access to these data so they can actually market to them, or is it that that's not allowed, or you don't plan to do that type of thing?
Yeah,
Huh?
so that particular one is very tricky, but we have a product that is coming soon. Well, it's already there in a one form,
Yeah.
but it's coming in a better form that I can't speak of because we have a new mobile app that is launching in a few months.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a launch and everything, so we'll invite you guys to that.
Sure.
Physical launch.
Physical launch, yes. So we have a feature that's coming that's allowing the merchants to do exactly what you just asked about,
Okay.
right? So
By
that
the
was a
way,
very
you
good
said that
question.
you kind of knew the question I was going to ask. Was it that question?
It wasn't that question. It was
You can
because
tell us and we'll ask
you
it
spoke
still,
about creators and the creator economy and people having fans and all that type of thing. So we actually we what right?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, so we have a feature. I can't mention a feature on here because it's not
Yeah.
anything that we'd like to hide or anything. We have a feature coming soon. It's called Only Gifts. So you have your
Only gifts.
they are live at Only Fans, like
Yeah.
Only Gifts.
Only gifts.
Which you spoke about regular individuals the other day. They are
Just now.
just now,
Just now.
the other day. So I mean, we will allow individuals with the app
Yeah.
to basically have a Only Gifts handle that they can basically put on their Instagram, and if they have like lots of followers, people can just go on there and gift them.
And give them.
Ah.
Initially when you were speaking about having the tag in your Instagram bio,
you talk
I
about
thought
that.
you were talking about that,
Yes.
like a cash app handle type thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were
That's
talking
exactly
about
what
that.
it will be, and then you can just spend it anywhere in the
Yeah.
GiftMe network. Use it to pay your bills, use it to purchase things and all that.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
I was gonna say you guys should implement that because it's really solid. But yeah, you're 10 steps ahead.
What about, because a lot of young people, especially, right? They have difficulties getting monies from overseas, or they have difficulty sending money overseas, right?
True.
What about I know people on TikTok. I realize that there's this new trend,
Taps and roses.
taps and roses, right? Where a lot of people are making bags on taps and roses, right? But the thing is, I saw something even the other day where a lot of people don't know how to cash out the money or having difficulty to cash out the money through, example, PayPal.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever thought about integrating something where on these different platforms people are able to actually
use GiftMe.
use GiftMe as a way to receive those gifts and be able to cash it out?
So what we just talked about is very similar. However, we don't we're a closed loop network. So we don't do cash
Cashing
out
Cash in.
or cash in or anything of that sort.
But isn't
So we could do that, and somebody could use their credit card, for example, to gift you like $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
However,
Gift card.
it has to be used within the GiftMe network, as we're not a regulated entity where we can do cash outs and them type of thing.
So would you implement it in a way that, because you mentioned using the credit card or debit card, so say in terms of Taps and Roses, right? You're watching a live, they do the Taps and Roses to GiftMe, however way you guys would implement it, right? And you already have your GiftMe wallet set up, right?
Yeah.
So let's say when they receive those funds, $10, because them doing it wouldn't be specific to it wouldn't be like a Starbucks Taps and Roses. Like you get that $10 from me donating that, it wouldn't be specifically to Starbucks, right?
No.
So let's say you guys would, the way I'm thinking of it, you guys implement it in a way like you receive the Taps and Roses, it's in our wallet, but you can convert that into a specific type of gift card.
So we have even better than that. Rush didn't touch on it, but we have a product that's called a smart card. So the smart card is GiftMe's
A
network
physical card?
No, it's a digital card.
Digital
Everything
card?
is digital.
But
Everything
it's
is
just
digital.
pretty
I like
much
how you said that today.
it's pretty much our network card that's built on top of
The merchant.
the merchants. So just like what you said, when you gift somebody this money, you have a smart card wallet. It goes into the smart card wallet, and then they can just spend it
Anywhere
along the
in the
GiftMe
GiftMe
network.
space.
That's
Yeah.
actually the
GiftMe
most.
Genius.
That's
So
the
that's
most
the most popular
one.
product that we have.
Ah,
So that's
genius.
exactly what it would do.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys have that in play,
Yeah,
so I
man.
don't have to partner with you guys. So you guys
So you can actually
take my idea.
So you can actually buy a smart card now, like it's on our website. So our individual can buy a smart card, a corporate can buy a smart card. Because think about it in the corporate sense. Like you have 1,000 employees. Like most of them may just give them supermarket gift cards because everybody have to eat, right? But that's not fun. Like, that's not engaging. So with the smart card, the recipient chooses.
Them have the freedom.
They can go buy they can go to movies, they can take it to the
Oh,
supermarket,
so the
they can
smart
go to
card
gas
is
station, they
basically.
can-
'Cause I was listening, but I wasn't understanding what specific.
So it's a multi-network.
It's like a multi-link.
Yeah,
Yes.
You can use it anywhere.
Whereas GiftMe is accepted.
in the GiftMe space.
Yes.
Oh, so it's like you just load up a GiftMe balance. I was going to ask you that question. So you load up a GiftMe balance, and then you basically just go out and be like, I'm going to go on a shopping spree.
You
No,
buy
you
a
just
gift
convert.
card.
This is a smart card, right? So basically, when you have the smart card in a GiftMe wallet, you can see all the merchants that you can spend.
This is the app.
Yeah, man, this is the app. So these are all the merchants you can literally go to right now and spend the smart card. When you go there, you just select pay, show them your QR code, and that's it.
So
So what about-
the only difference with what you explain is that you're saying that they'd have to swap it for.
No swapping.
They just go and show the merchant.
We're more
That's it.
seamless.
Yeah.
Just in time swapping essentially.
Let me ask you guys a major question because my difficulty is so we buy food a while ago, right? From Seven Crave.
Yeah.
So I bought food from Seven Crave, but sometimes the other day, we had to use cash when we were buying on Seven Crave.
Yeah.
Why we had to use cash? Cash on delivery.
3D was given problems.
3DS was giving problems. Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced.
Yeah, so we had to buy using cash.
Right.
But I'm not the type of guy like people think I walk with cash. I don't walk with cash. I'm like the brokest rich person, right? Not the B word. I don't use the B word.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, not the B word. But
Yeah.
I'm a guy that I don't
Roll cash.
roll with cash at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're going to get cash. So I have to get from wherever. But what I'm saying is, I said that you have the GiftMe QR code. Right? Is it that you guys plan to integrate directly into platforms like a Seven Crave?
We are in Seven.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
you are in
Seven
Seven
Crave.
Crave?
Yeah.
Let me check this out right now.
So you could have gone and bought a 7 Crate gift card or a smart card on GiftMe and then just
And then
use
just
it on
use
7
it on
Crate.
Seven Crave.
So is it that you give me like a gift card code?
Yeah. That's
All right, so
exactly
let me see. So I can't add it to like my wallet, my Seven Crave wallet.
That's
That's
exactly
top
where
That's
it goes.
exactly where it goes.
Top up. Alright, so I'm on top up right now. So how do I add it?
All right, go back to the main 7 Crave interface. The home. All right, click on account down there.
Account, yeah.
Right, you see gift card
Gift card and corporate.
and corporate. Right.
Gift card and corporate.
Yeah.
All right, so you enter a code in the gift card.
Enter your.
Yeah.
And it goes to
So
your
that would be a
Goes to
gift
your
me
wallet
code.
and
and
your
you know,
order.
in there.
Yes.
That's
I could have
crazy.
done that.
Yes.
So the other day when the 3 days wasn't working, I could have
Right.
just go
Use
ahead and
GiftMe.
utilize your guys.
A lot of people do that.
And we wouldn't have to leave
A lot
for
of people
cash.
do that.
Bro, I legit had to leave for cash
Yeah.
the other day. So I don't need to use cash at all right now because
GiftMe is here to help.
Yes.
GiftMe has 200 plus merchants
Right.
integrated.
Pretty
and we
much
can just-
everywhere where you
If a
shop
merchant
from.
is having any issue, I can just go ahead, buy it on GiftMe,
Yes.
and then enter the code on the merchant, and then I'm good.
Yes. Exactly.
And it's 250 of your favorite merchants. It's not like
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
random
Yeah.
merchants.
Yeah.
It's merchants
Yeah.
that
I was
you're
just
free,
thinking,
you're
like, it's
frequent.
people that I usually use.
Yeah. You have
guys,
it uncorked. You have it whatever.
You're blowing my mind right now,
Right,
still, you know?
honestly.
Because like just the fact that I never needed to go and get
Get
cash.
cash.
Yeah.
But the thing about the ATMs, I don't find the ATM safe.
Yeah.
I don't find I don't find it that I need to stand up at an ATM at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially when there's a line.
Especially when there's a line.
Same. We don't do the ATM.
Yeah, I don't
thing
even
much.
like to be seen in like
Yeah.
I'm in public right now, you see me? Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to be seen, I don't like to be so you guys are adding something major to me right now, which is safety.
Yeah.
You know, so if
And convenience.
You know,
And
we
convenience.
had a customer. It was a very strange case. At first, we thought it was fraudulent,
yeah.
and so we reached out to the customer. And the use case was so interesting. It was around safety. So this person is on a dangerous side of the island. She's letting us know this.
Yeah.
Right. And so she's experienced a robbery before. And so what she did was that she just keeps buying the gift cards for herself.
Yeah.
That was particularly very odd to us.
Yeah.
While we do have the option, it's not a common thing.
Yeah.
You know? And so she bought it. So we asked, like, why are you doing this? She's like, I don't want to go out into the street.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
grab my bag.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So just having her phone in her pocket and having that QR code brings a whole lot of safety and peace of mind to her. That's how she uses us.
Example, like even for me right now, I add like my wallet, my Apple Wallet. I add on my Apple Wallet, I have all of my cards on it.
Right.
Right? I don't use my wallet at all. I don't even bring my wallet with me. Sometimes I can't even find my wallet for like days.
Yeah.
Just go to the merchant,
Yeah.
And tap.
pay, and that's it. So do you guys plan to actually? I know you guys have the QR code features now,
Yes.
but do you guys plan to integrate like the tap to pays
Yeah.
as
Yes, for sure.
So you guys would essentially, so would it be able, you have your smart card.
So we have our own wallet. So essentially, when you go into your wallet, you have to select which card you want to use
Yeah.
and then tap. So we have the same thing. So because we control the whole network, you can go into our wallet, select the card you want to use and tap.
Okay, so
I'm
you
not-
wouldn't be able to put it on your Apple Wallet, but you just have your app.
Yeah,
And,
We,
you
we
know-
could put it on the Apple Wallet too.
We could.
You can
So
put
in
on the Apple
terms-
Wallet right
in
now.
terms of in terms
So
of
they have
Apple.
they have like a API,
API that you can
Yeah.
actually
that you
integrate
can
it.
integrate it.
Yeah.
That is what you guys need to do. Like I'm telling you guys right now, do that. Gone, because there's no other company that is doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it.
You know, because even like like when I'm flying,
And this is a part of our partnership.
yeah, that's an idea that you know.
Yeah.
So all right, so when I'm flying, my tickets.
Yeah.
I just put all my tickets on my wallet. I don't travel with the physical ticket at all.
Nice.
Just put everything in my Apple Wallet. Everything, as long as I can put it there, it's there because the phone is the personal.
Everything.
What-
Boy, the word for that not make it.
Yeah.
Portal.
Your personal
Yeah.
everything.
So it's like it's better than your physical wallet. It's better than a bag, right? People want to move around with less. This is why I have an iPhone because it's high quality about moving around with less. Everything is on it. My emails, everything is on it, right? No, people don't want to carry around no wallet. People don't want to carry around cash, right? No, like even me, like I've grown to understand like having cash is physical cash. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's too risky versus just my phone, tap.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in certain places in Jamaica because Jamaica is not cashless as it.
Yeah.
And them see me tap and then it's like,
Frightening.
what did you do? What did you just do?
Yeah.
What? That was magic.
Yes. Yes. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
You get me? So the major thing that I'm actually getting from this podcast right now is that you guys are helping to go cashless.
Yeah.
You guys are helping the system to go cashless right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know,
Paperless.
huh?
Paperless.
Paperless. Yeah,
Paperless.
cashless, paperless.
Yeah.
You know, so in terms of like merchants in like certain rural areas, you know, like I know you're doing it at Fontana, you know, you're doing it like a lot of other people, but what about like a man who has a bar or a wholesale?
I was literally thinking
So-
about
A lot of
a bar
money.
a while ago.
So I'll take that one. We have concentration outside of Kingston, right? Yes, it was started in Kingston because Kingston is the most
the area.
dense place, right?
Yeah.
But we have merchants in Montego Bay, St. Anne, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon,
Yeah.
Mandeville.
Mandeville, right?
Basically
So
island-wide.
island-wide. No, I mean how we, because we're still relatively small.
I don't think you're small enough. I don't
Well,
want. We're not using that word.
yeah, facts.
We're not
Well,
using that
no,
word anymore.
we're still early, right? We're still early.
Yeah.
We onboard merchants a lot of times based on demand, right? So if we have a corporate entity that we onboarded and they have staff in
Places.
call a random place
Yeah.
in Portland, and they say, hey, we need some coverage there, and we work with my staff members. They eat at Miss Smith shop,
Yeah.
right? That is a merchant that
Potentially will.
will look to onboard.
You know what I want you guys to do? You know, like how Digital does this thing where they do have the map of the Jamaica and they have the different locations.
The pins.
The pins. I want you guys to do like a pin thing with GiftMe.
We actually had a
GiftMe,
version of
GiftMe,
that in
GiftMe.
the old app.
Yeah, we did have
Yeah.
a version of that.
Yes.
And then I want you guys to do something where people can actually find like GiftMe merchants.
Sure.
Close
So
by.
the new app is coming, and it will have a lot of those type of things.
Okay. You can continue.
Right. So
You know,
it's just
guys,
based-
it's just wait before you even continue. Just know that I'm very excited about what you guys do, and this is why like I'm just throwing back ideas at you guys as well because you can tell me.
if you realize sometimes when you say things we kind of smirk.
Yeah.
Is that reason?
Because when I'm thinking about him, I'm
Right.
watching his body language and I'm like, yo, this
it's
guy.
because we think
Yeah.
we smirk because we know why we smirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the merchant acquisition and where we get merchants from. So
And-
right now,
Before you continue, viewers, you guys are watching it right now, and you know the guys from GiftMe, the GiftMe bros, right? We're bros too. they're very big on like consumer experience, and you know anything that you guys want to actually see them add to the platform for your benefit, you guys can comment below. You can reach out to them. You know, you can reach out to us and we will send it to them, send the info to them because it is benefiting us as well in terms of we're using the platforms as well, right? Because it's a major platform, right? But you can continue.
yeah. So
Yeah.
before I jump back into the merchant, what you just said is actually very important because that's a lot of the things that you actually see in GiftMe now is just through that,
User feedback.
Yeah.
User feedback.
like straight up.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely we encourage that. So right, so this is right now it's based on a demand type of setup whereby you know we might see a huge demand in this region of the country and we'll go on board merchants. You know, obviously there is some due diligence that has to take place before we onboard a merchant,
Yeah.
right? Whereby you know they have to have a physical location, right? We're not yet in
What about digital? Because Seven Crave doesn't have a
so
a physical.
with the exception of Seven Creek, right? Now, why
Yeah.
we took the route of physical locations because really and truly that's kind of who we're solving the problem for. Right?
Okay.
Brick and mortar merchants who did not have the ability to create digital products.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an e-commerce store, chances are the platform that you're using already offers gift cards, right? So essentially, you know, that's pretty much where our mainstay is at the moment. Not to
Yeah.
say that it can reach further.
I
than
would
that, but
actually
that's where
integrate
it is.
GiftMe into my site right now.
Yeah,
I have
so
a, I have
we
a
do-
e-learning academy that would integrate GiftMe into it right now. Why? Because not everybody has a. What about people who don't have a credit card? Because I would never touched on that. A credit or a debit card.
So right now it's completely from either that channel with a credit card or it's from a corporate company. So those are the two channels.
What about next idea? I'm going to throw the ideas at you now. You know, because nobody else can do it. You see the thing about life and even like NDAs and stuff like that. You guys are the pioneers of what you're doing, so you understand what you're doing best. So any company or any individual out there can be listening to you right now and feel like, oh, they can take your ideas and go do something. it's going to be
so we're
hard.
not
They cannot ever do it.
We're not sticklers on NDAs and them type
Yeah.
of thing. I don't even like them sometimes. But
Yeah. So that's the thing. So I can be throwing ideas at you. It's either implement or don't implement it. But for somebody to just come right now and decide that they want to compete with the guys, it will never work. I'm telling you guys, it will never work. Right?
So don't even bother think about
Don't
it.
even think about it, right?
It will definitely never work.
Never work. Because you guys have over
Very difficult.
You guys
Very
are-
modest.
yeah,
Very difficult.
difficult.
you guys have over 200 merchants and you guys are doing amazing things. And you guys are creating, you guys are implementing stuff that the users are asking for.
And they are secretly 10 steps ahead.
You know what I'm asking for right now? What I'm asking for is all of these physical locations that you have right now, or these merchants that you partner with. Say for instance, you have gas stations. You can partner with a lot of gas stations so that people can go there and top up.
So,
Why?
all right. Let me just say, we have been approached by entities who want to partner with us to use their distribution locations
As a top up area.
as a place where they can go buy a gift card.
No,
Yeah,
I
right.
wouldn't say
Right.
physical.
We are
Yes.
speaking to them right now too.
But I would not say
Yes.
physical. I'm not talking about physical gift
No,
card
man,
at all.
digital.
No, we don't do
Digital.
physical.
We don't do.
So you
Yeah.
walk
So
in a
exactly what you're
location.
saying in terms of to buy a smart card, like top up.
Yeah,
quote
just
unquote.
go. You go there.
Yes.
It's like you guys have the app and you guys have the wallet. So what I was saying, because I see, well, I don't know if you allow people to like put whatever number they want and just have it stored there on the smart card. But like for me, for example, say for instance, I wanted to put 500,000 JMD on my smart card just to have there so that I can go on.
500,000 will never be a figure you can just come.
Why?
No.
Because
no.
of a limit?
Yeah.
There's a limit?
Yeah,
There's a
we-
limit.
but why-
There's a limit for a reason.
Yeah, man. Remember that we
can
still
speak
as
off here on that.
Huh?
I mean as a
There's a
closed loop system.
There's a limit.
Yeah,
for
there's a limit.
There's a limit. I will continue to be limited. So the smart card is limited to 25,000. That's it.
I like look at this. Like a couple nights ago, we're buying a subscription to our API. Me and my dev team, and it was for some stuff that we need to solve a major problem that we have. Because to build it out, machine learning, bro, you're going to take a couple of months to train the model.
Right.
So rather than training the model or building something new, somebody else has it, we'll buy into it and whatever. And I was willing to spend like $2,000 to buy enough so that we can do what we need to do. Right? Was subscription basis per use. Then my guy was like, what? You get me? Just buy like $50 worth. And I bought the $50 worth and I saw how much I'm getting, test it, and do like 100 calls. And then like, we now use it. You don't worry. Better we just train the model and just call it a day. And we can train the model in like 2 weeks to a month.
Okay.
Right? And that works. But the reason I mentioned that convo now is that I'm the type of guy where if I see something working, I park my money there.
I get what you're doing.
You
You
get-
want to top up enough.
So that when
you're
I
going
have
to
to top
seven
up again,
crib
bro.
or you're going to...
You get? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like keep
Well,
on having to top up.
we'll basically, we have something to show you off air. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because because what you could have probably do is like tier the customers. So you have
I understand.
Off air for sure.
Yeah, man. Definitely off here.
you see, you remember the convo I was telling it?
Yeah.
You remember you remember the convo I was talking about earlier with the guys where I said
KYC.
no, not the KYC convo, but yesterday I was in 2 meetings, right? And then David is a part of my company as well, right? We him big on the corporate structure and him big on like meeting with people and all of that, right? No, we're in 2 meetings yesterday. And I was telling you guys, the joke I was making earlier is never met the tech person talk.
Yeah.
So because you guys are tech people and are business people as well, and because I'm a business person and a tech person as well, it's like the convo will just go to some different
Yes.
different places, you know, versus just having a person that is just focused on the business and the numbers talk, you know. But I love the conversation that we guys having. But the thing about the location thing though, I feel like that would have solved a major problem for so many people. Where a man can just decide, I don't have a card, because for example, with me and the courses that I sell or different products that I have, or the different business that I have, a lot of people might not have a card, but they genuinely want to get something done. And then to get a card now, it's a tedious process, job letter, proof of income, all of those
Proof
different
of
stuff,
address.
right?
Also.
A man might just be selling cane on the road. Him have a cane field, him go chop him cane them, him a sell cane, and him probably make more money than a lot of people in those corporate offices, right?
That's true.
Yeah, he might not have a bank account because his old style bank account or old school bank account is his mattress. That used to be my bank account too, right? My mattress when I put my money under my mattress, right? And you have a lot of people like that, you know. And although we would want them to get a bank account,
It's too hard.
at times, right?
Yeah.
So that would be a major solution for them to be able to just go to a GiftMe location, which can be anywhere, right? I can be a GiftMe merchant. You know, you bring your money to me. I'm not saying to use individuals though, right? But they go to a GiftMe locations and they just put the money on it, and they can go about shopping spree.
Yeah.
You get me?
For sure. So yeah, we agree with that, and that is actually something that we're discussing now about the as you said, limits. There are just limits on what we can do because we're a closed loop network, and we abide by those limits.
Okay. So is it that you guys, is it that due to regulation, or is it that internally that decided to be
Regulation.
Regulatory.
regulations?
Yeah, for sure.
Both.
Both?
Yeah, and then obviously fraud parameters and so forth. But I guess it's regulation mostly with the in-person type of thing.
Let me ask you guys a question. Is it that the government approach you, like, see what you're doing, approach and be like, hey, this needs regulation, or is it that you guys just decided to do that to protect yourself before they even decide to approach you?
We decided to do it to protect ourselves before they approach.
Before they approach
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
What if you're not protecting yourself from nothing?
We are.
No, we know that we're protecting ourselves from something.
we know for a fact.
We know for a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will continue to
No,
do so.
because even Jamaica right now, like, the laws aren't advanced as our technology is advancing.
They're more like guidelines. In that
Guidelines.
sense. They're not
Yeah.
hard or fast.
In terms of the laws, or in terms of what you guys doing?
In terms of in terms of what we're doing in that space, they're more like guidelines.
So there are guidelines that enable them to basically govern us, even if they don't have certain parameters set for it yet. But there are guidelines there for even future governance.
Right.
So you have to
Currently,
stay
right now,
within
like,
those.
there are guidelines.
So
For sure,
so,
right
so,
now.
so for example, they
Yes.
wouldn't have written the law at the time to say a digital gift card company because one did not exist. However, the way the law is written, as Russ said, they still can govern you
Yeah.
and make a
You
reference
have
to
to give me
that.
an example of that.
Yes.
Maybe off here if you guys
For sure,
prefer.
off here.
Off here.
Off here.
They have to.
Hey, somebody have to keep on. Somebody have to write down this stuff because I'm not going to remember, you know, and I don't want you guys to be.
But I
I
can
want
tell
the
you,
answers to them.
but I can tell you,
Yeah.
I can kind of see where you're coming from because you're a guy with many ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with all of your many ideas, just ensure that,
Yeah,
you,
this is
you,
why-
you, you, you
Don't
know.
worry, we can consult
But
with you.
yes, but we can show you where to find the resources
The thing
for
is-
you to educate yourself about it.
The thing is, I try to be very educated on every single thing that I'm doing, right? And let me not say try. I am educated on every single thing that I'm doing, right? I do extensive research. I sit down. I guide my lawyers as well. My lawyers guide me, right? I don't just take advice. I always go on the research and see how best I can find a way to make something work. Now, in terms of the entire space, I was just looking at it as give me, you know, like not requiring certain regulations because it's not like it's not like you're a deposit taking institution,
No, we're not.
right? And it's not like you're a remittance company, right? You know, you're just they're paying for a service.
No, so right now,
It's
you know,
just a
we're
service
not,
you're
so
offering.
right now, we are not regulated in a true sense because of how we design.
No, but
the
I'm saying
company.
you guys would not need. I don't think you guys would need regulation.
Don't think-
Yeah,
That's-
once we go beyond certain
regulated.
amounts, for example, then they would definitely require regulation.
Come on.
I
So
want
there
you-
I give you an example.
I want you.
That's an example, right?
Another example is once you say cash out,
But it's not cash out. It's like
No.
people are paying you and you're offering the service of making a payment for them.
So how we can position ourselves is to say that at a physical location, you're able to buy a gift card.
That's it.
You get me?
See you know. He's talking the least. But it's like when him talk, it's like that James Bond effect.
Very concise.
Very concise.
Yes.
You know, I feel like you're a legal man as well too.
Very. Yeah, he's always like, we need to figure out the legal ramifications.
Yeah.
You know?
But in terms of like, you guys have lawyers on your team.
For sure.
For sure. But in terms of like, do you find it that you guys clash with them a lot? Or not? No, you don't clash?
No, actually, our lawyers have enabled a lot of the things because we, just like you, we are researchers. So we research really deeply, not just about go building software.
Yeah.
We look at what the different instruments that we're providing are, how they're regulated in other countries, how the laws maybe even change locally since it's not really regulated here.
Yeah.
Structure ourselves in a way that even if we get regulated, we're already compliant and have the standards and everything in place to justify that we can actually operate.
I
this
feel
type of
like you guys
service.
gonna be like, give me a Ferrari, boys, in the next 3 years.
So that would be good, eh?
That would be
good.
certainly,
Yeah.
certainly.
You guys
For
into
sure.
cars and them things?
To a degree.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Rush
Driving,
more
for sure.
than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, you're
yeah,
a family.
everybody
You're a
love a nice
family
car.
man. You have to have a family van. Right?
So what you guys are, what are you guys are into individually and collectively?
Well, for me
For fun and
particularly,
stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
into a lot of things. For fun, I don't really have a lot of. Well, I used to be a gym person. I'm into a lot of
So you
health
stop
stuff,
the gym stuff now.
fasting. I love
'Cause
fasting and changing my diet
him over
like
there
every 3
saying,
months or so.
My entertainment days kind of wind down now. you know,
Yeah.
as I am the only family man amongst us.
Yeah, okay.
So
Not
my life
saying
has
that
to be
all of us don't
structured
have
around,
family,
you know.
but he has his own individual
Yeah,
family.
yeah, a young one, and you know.
Oh, a hobby. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I fast every day.
Every day.
Weird still, weird like that.
Like, look at his skin. Where do you think that comes from?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, I try to do a lot of different diets. I love the
Vegan
medical
diets.
space. I'd research everything, medicine and cures and all sorts of different
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
What are your thoughts on Dr. Sebi?
Oh.
yeah, man, I love Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a real deal. What are your thoughts on him? bro?
Me? He's a great guy.
Yeah,
You know, he's a great guy. Anything natural like me, I can't. For example, me like I don't like if I go to the doctor for like the flu,
yeah.
but I do this prescription thing for me to take drugs and stuff like that. Can't do. I was like, yo, don't even write my prescription.
Yeah, I don't
You
really
know?
get the flu anymore.
Yeah, because of the fasting.
Fasting, because remember,
Well,
fasting is
fasting,
essentially a lot for periods of time induces a thing called intracellular cleanup, like autophagy, which is
Yeah.
your body's own reaction of the cells cleaning up themselves.
Yeah.
So they get rid of free radicals, they get rid of old cell parts and convert them into actually new cell parts.
Does it enable you to live longer though?
Yes, it reverses a lot of aging. There's a thing in your body that activates called the mTOR. So essentially, how your DNA works is a very, very long process that I have to go into. But there are certain things that basically make you age, and once you can control those things,
So
and
you're basically controlling it right now.
yeah, man. So I'm probably like 23 now, but I'm 32 in the real sense.
But,
You
but
get
how
me?
do you, because for real, you look 23.
You look
Yeah,
young,
man.
for real.
But how
Yeah,
do you
man.
do that though? Like, would they mind sharing that with the viewers so that they can actually probably take on the part that you're on
You
right
can
now?
consult.
MT,
Yeah.
give me the next podcast. For
Then
that.
if a next
Just a
podcast.
brief, like, just a summary, at least.
So essentially, you want to eat with the sun up, and you want to stop eating when the sun goes down.
So
'Cause
5
so
o'clock in the evening, don't eat nothing after
I stop
that.
eating beyond 6 o'clock.
No, not even a snack?
No
not even water?
snack, just water.
Just water?
Just water.
Monty, pen and paper, write that down. Don't eat after 6 p.m.
12 to 6. That's my fasting window. Because autophagy essentially starts at so like if autophagy starts about 18 hours, but if you include workouts inside, it starts earlier. Because no, it starts when your body stops consuming food.
So no late night meeting and dinner.
No, I do no eating, but I'm up all the time. I don't really get hungry and
No,
everything.
as in like, say for instance, your lawyer is like, say for instance, your lawyer or somebody's like,
Or like
hey,
to
let's
go
go
out to meet?
Let's go have dinner or
At
let's
night?
go have drinks. Yeah.
No.
No
No
eating.
eating, just have water.
So you'll be there with like 10 people at the table and you're the
Yeah,
only
man,
one
you
not
can
eating.
be around me eating KFC, pizza, it don't matter what it is. I won't have it.
True.
At all.
Very true.
Not going to mess up at all.
You're very disciplined. I like that.
Yeah, man.
You know, so you can give us the summary.
Yeah, so essentially for me, my routine sometimes is to fast for up to 5 days, sometimes, like full water fast.
Water fast
And-
meaning you're not eating at all, or you're just
Zero. The only thing that I probably take is CMOS gel. The CMOS has 92 out of
Bro,
102 minerals.
if me go like one day without eating, my mashup still.
Where the
Yeah.
food at?
So, bro,
But
how that work, bro?
The good thing is that if your body were to develop a lot of bad cells, like cells that aren't dying off, like cancer cells, etc., when you're fasting, your body will get rid of them once it goes into autophagy. That is 100%.
Oh, so that's basically a natural way to cure cancer.
Yeah, man. Like immediately, if somebody has cancer, they should stop. And this is not medical advice, by the way. They should stop eating any sort of sugar. Just stop eating, period. And just fast and go on water and herbs, different things that cleanses like the lymphatic system, the gallbladder, the kidneys, the liver. There's essential organs in the body. You need to clean them, and then you need to introduce herbs and food.
You're like a nutritionist,
Basically.
Like you're like a real nutritionist, like based on just how you tell me, like how the body reacts to certain stuff, and like
He's big on anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I kind of do a in-depth. That's my hobby, by the way. When you asked earlier, so I do
See, that's
in-depth
the thing
research
with
every
the
day on
gym
these
now.
things.
So you go to the gym,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
do you do the same thing as him in terms of fast?
He couldn't do that. He couldn't be so big and do that.
Why though?
So I used to be as big as him, probably
No, but
we're the same
why
size.
you have to?
No,
Like,
so I can't. So the thing is, I have tried intermittent fasting, but not to like the extent that he does.
yeah.
You get me? So like, I will maybe go out till about 12 o'clock, but I'm not going on no 5-day week.
Yeah.
Like, and Rush has a different level of discipline though. Like I can't go like months and eat fruits and everything that like.
Yeah.
He does that.
So yeah, I'm on a fruit diet right now.
Bro, I fruits, I understand fruits, but because that's something you're eating still, same way, right? But the thing that I don't understand is, why do you have to, if you're a vegan, let me not say vegan, but if you're a healthy person, why is it that you have to be slim and flimsy? I'm not saying you're slim and flimsy.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying, you
Yeah.
know. But I'm not saying, but you fast as well, but you're not.
No, I don't
Yeah,
fast.
you don't fast as well. All right. I'm not saying you're slim and flimsy,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, most people who are healthy eaters, vegans, society, or it is expected of them, of the
Slim.
poster
No,
look
man.
is slim.
No, but no, maybe
No,
that's
you
like
don't
that's
have
maybe-
to be slim.
No, like I can introduce you to vegans.
Yeah.
We're built like you.
But build like you?
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of vegans, when they're doing this, they don't work out and build muscles.
Oh, so you don't work
So
out?
let me give I work
work
out.
out?
I just started working back out, so I'm
Okay.
going to put on back size.
Okay.
The thing is that it's easy for me to put on size, especially if I just stop this and just eat food. You're gonna put on size. I'm gonna
Eat
get
vegan
big within
food.
3 months.
So you're fully vegan.
Right now,
Right now.
yeah, vegan.
When you say right now, what you mean? Like, you have to give me like days, months,
Yeah, so I mean,
years.
every
Transition to
couple of
something
months I change it. Like I'd probably go back into the gym near to the end of the year and I get big again,
Yeah.
muscular and all them type of thing. And you'd probably see me and think I'm a completely different person. So I'm like an extremist
So what causes that like switch, that constant switch?
because sometimes I just like to spend time and reverse my age, and then sometimes I live in the future.
So
Yeah, understand?
in terms of like you see his lifestyle and you're around him, right? So what is your lifestyle like?
I mean, I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle as well. I don't, in terms of my food consumption, like there are certain things that I don't eat. Like I don't eat beef. I mean, I'm not as deeply read as him in terms of the nutrition aspect, but it just don't digest well for me.
Yeah.
Anything that just don't work with me, I just don't bother. I just don't trouble it.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's fish and chicken, right? But I try to. I'm the eldest one out of all of us, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always scared me and trouble me. So, I myself want to remain young.
Yeah,
Right? And I always tell them that even though I am this age, I remember when you were growing up and you used to look on your uncles. Just picture yourself as a little youth and you look on your uncles. They look like some big old man.
Yeah.
Right? Like me at 37 in next month, I don't feel like
37.
37. You understand? And a big part about maintaining a healthy lifestyle, in the type of jobs that we are in, it also helps with your focus. It helps a lot with other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Right? So amongst us three, we do talk about lifestyle. I mean,
I try to drill my ideas in their heads all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
You know,
every day.
we have a lot of, you know, we have our little pharmacy almost. You know, so we know different herbs and whatever to take.
So
everything
it's
natural
just
though.
natural herbs.
Everything
Just
natural.
herbs.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah,
the thing is that just one thing I want to leave. Sometimes you have to give your pancreas. The pancreas, you know, is what it for sugar and glucose and you want to give your gut a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
When you say give it a break, what do you mean?
I mean, stop digesting stuff.
No food.
No food and them type of
Rest.
thing. Because sometimes you have a thing in your pancreas, it's called a pancreatic ducts. And usually what happens with people who have pancreatic cancer and those things are clogged, especially if you have like diabetes type 2. Those things are clogged up. How do you unclog those things? If you keep eating and eating and eating and eating, you can't unclog them. Even with fasting, you have to introduce certain herbs to clean the pancreas, to clean the ducts, to clean the liver. You have to clean all major organs and then revitalize with proper nutrients, sea moss and them type of thing in order to cleanse the body.
One thing I must say though, I think Jamaicans in general, we eat too much food.
We eat too much food.
Like facts, yeah, like
The portions, right?
yeah, man, the portions,
Oh,
like
20
terrible.
dumplings
yeah,
on
man,
one
like
plate.
it's totally unnecessary.
Yeah,
like
man.
even though I'm this size, I don't eat a lot of food.
You know, so I see somebody do a study where they blindfold somebody and they blindfold somebody and they did not blindfold the next person, right? And they gave somebody, the person that was blindfolded, it's the same person. They gave them a small portion of food and they ate it off, they were full, right? But they gave them the full plate of food and they ate it off and it's like the more and more still.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the secret to eating less food. Just put less food in your plate. Simple as that.
Man, make it seem so easy.
No, it is. If
Come here, have a bag of rice in
you see
my
the food in
cupboard
the
and me have
plate,
a
you're going to
cook
want
it
to eat it. You don't want that shit. Just put less food in your plate. Just try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you see? Wait, I have a question. So people that with fast metabolisms, do you see like a need for them to fast in terms of reduction of? Because most people would fast for reduction of size, right? So do you? What are your thoughts on?
I don't think that should be your primary benefit of fasting, reduction of size. You should fast for the other benefits
health
of
benefits
fasting,
of
the health benefits, the skin. So my skin look completely different when I'm not fasting from when I'm fasting and everything, right? Your hair growth also. You can literally even I don't even need to wear deodorant and everything. I don't smell them type of thing. You know, people tell me I smell like
You have a
downy.
deodorant right now?
Yeah.
Again?
You have one deodorant right
Yeah, man, I
now?
have a deodorant. But I use a natural deodorant, aluminum free.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm also big on those type of
You
things.
make it or you buy it?
I buy it, you know, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not business. On the topic of giving your pancreas a break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like a
let's
health
ask,
podcast,
do
everything
you,
in one.
Do you believe in the concept of Jamaicans say gas? Say you need to eat daily or
You need
gas
to
are gonna
eat-
take
That's
you up and
complete
something
foolishness, bro.
They say
complete
to you
foolishness.
that's foolish.
Yes. So I mean, so there are different individuals that can eat different things. For a lot of people, they don't eat on time. They probably eat like cheese, and they're probably lactose
Lactose
intolerant,
intolerant.
and they don't know because they never test for those things, right? Or like my friend here who eats a lot of beans. They're probably eating a lot of beans, and that will make you gas up like crazy, right? And but the eating on time is the biggest thing, and also eating too much carbs, too much starch, and them type will gas you up like crazy. So, and then no, when you say you have gas and you go drink tea, that's the worst thing that you could ever do. Because
Really?
you putting gas on gas. You don't drink tea to burst gas. I don't know where that concept came from, but that's not how it works.
It's all right. So if you're fasting, how eating on time would come in?
So when you're fasting, you eat within the window. So what usually happens is that your liver itself can actually, so you get lightheaded when you just started fasting, but your liver itself can actually create its own sugar. A lot of people don't know this. It takes about 2 weeks after fasting for your liver to start creating its own sugar. So while your sugar might fall and you feel like lightheaded, what in your body is called a glycemic index will not fall and it will just stabilize. And then after a while, you will feel like you don't even need food. You don't even need food. You only need food because when you have too much carbs in your body, carbs is the first thing to break down by your pancreas, right? So it goes through a cycle. It's carb first, then it goes to fat, then it goes to basically protein. That is the order in which food is broken down in your stomach. When it goes through the gut excretes the stomach acid from the stomach, the pancreas, it goes to the pancreas now. The pancreas basically use that acid to further break down the food in what you call like a mono breakdown up, like a mononutrient. So you have like macronutrients, micronutrients, you have mononutrients. So it goes as close as possible, like crushed. And then now it takes that and then it pushes it into your bloodstream in the form of sugar and all them type of thing. So when you stop eating carbs, your body switches over to a mode it calls ketosis. Start creating ketones from fats, avocado, olive oil, nuts, and them type of thing. And then that becomes your primary energy source. And you realize that when you create ketones, you move into the process of autophagy. Your body is not producing, so your sugar levels is no balance off. It's not spiking like when you eat ice cream and them type of thing. So it's a whole in-depth thing I would have to explain like over.
that would apply to people with chronic illness like diabetes and those stuff.
Yes,
also?
man. So diabetes is essentially the pancreas not being able to do what? To create its own insulin, right? So you have to get the insulin shots. It's sugar, basically. So because the pancreatic ducts, they're clogged up and all of that, as I was saying earlier, you would have to unclog those things. But if your pancreas mash up, because your pancreas can actually, if they do like surgery and they cut off some and all them, it can't grow back. It's one of those things that they can't grow back. Like the liver can actually grow back, but the pancreas can't.
Transplant.
That can't do no. I don't know. I never heard of it, but probably I don't know.
Wait, you say liver can grow back?
Yeah, man.
It can.
Yeah.
Liver can regenerate.
So
Blood group diets. Go on.
Yeah. Blood group diets.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, so blood group diets is just a thing. It's just a thing that people like, scientists have come up with, but you have like the regular medical associations that are trying to debunk everything that is natural, right?
Yeah.
So,
what do you think the reason for that is?
I mean, well, mainstream, the people who came up with the establishment, like I don't even want to go into these things because people look on and say, oh, those guys don't believe in doctors and all them type of thing and all sort of
It's
stuff.
not true.
Which is not true. If I obviously need to amputate my arm, who am I going to go to?
A doctor.
I can't use herbs to do that, right?
But you have to knock the table because we're not going to have that.
Definitely
We need
not
we need
amputating my
both your
arm at all. Yeah, so I mean, the blood group diet is essentially just from history. They really looked at which if your blood group is what basically affects you and what basically benefits you. So like me being a O blood group, I would basically like red meat will work very well for me. Zero carbs and them type of thing, right? Like a blood group would be like somebody that needs to be like a pescatarian, vegetarian type of person. Right?
Fish and veggie.
Fish and veggie. And then a B blood group now is somebody that has to be like completely
I have to go to the
vegan
doctor to find out my blood
type of
group,
thing.
don't it?
And you have like AB blood group and them thing. And golden blood
Bird
group.
paper?
Rare.
It's not a bird paper, your blood group?
What if you do like no, you have to test for it. If you do a hemoglobin test or you do like a regular blood
Can
group
probably
test.
call my
you get
doctor
it.
and ask them.
Yeah.
Because
Many people don't know there is no.
I don't know, man.
people don't know them.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So because, all right, what about a person that wants, like, because you guys are like one of a kind, three of a kind, right?
Yeah.
Because most people who are within the tech space or businesses, they tend to not be healthy.
Yeah.
Because you work long hours, you start not caring about what you eat because you just care about like problem solving and just getting the job done. So how are you guys able to actually learn about all of these stuff and just be so disciplined with this,
Well,
For,
yeah,
for,
go ahead.
for me, it's more about the structure. So I whatever it is before my day starts or before I get into it, I try and put in my whether it be
Gym
gym
hours.
time or skipping time or whatever it
So
is.
like what, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
No. Like about 7:30.
7:30 in the morning.
7:30 to 8:30 to 9 thereabouts.
While you're going to work, you're going to the gym.
Well, some sort of way, yeah. So I drop my child to school and then I go to the gym.
Okay, work from home now strictly.
Yeah, work from home strictly. So the thing about is for me, like it don't matter what I was thinking about before I go into the gym or what kind of work stress I have or whatever it is when I go, it just all goes. So it's not only even about just physical strength, it's about mental strength too. For me, it clears the mind.
Yeah, it does that.
It
because
definitely does. So for me, it's just about putting it in and structuring it and getting it done.
Yeah, and I figure because like for me, like whenever I start the gym, I can bulk up if I want to, get me. But then it's because you guys are a 3-man band. You get me? Like a lot of the times, especially in my earlier days of business and stuff like that, I have to be solving a lot of the issues myself and dealing with multiple teams. And I want to even touch on that as well too, because you guys are doing something that not a lot of young entrepreneurs, or even, not just young, but older entrepreneurs, were not able to do, which is build such a strong team, multiple founders, and everybody's okay. Normally, people are greedy, meaning you would be greedy, you'd be greedy, you'd be greedy, and it would never work, right? When you guys could be give me a Ferrari boys together. Everybody wants it separately, and you supposed to be richer than him, and him supposed to be richer than him, right? So, back to what I was saying about, you guys, being disciplined in terms of your health. You told me your version. What is your version now?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because a lot of entrepreneurs feel like they can just, is one or the other. Is either you're going to smash your goals or is either you're going to be healthy. Yeah.
Well, technically, I've been vegan all my life.
Okay, technically. Why you say technically though? Like, it's like we have to, some wires.
It's not technically. He's been vegan all of his life.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't.
So you're fully
like-
vegan.
I do eat cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, I do drink
Cheese
milk.
is like meat cheese.
Yeah, I do drink milk. I do eat cheese.
Mm-hmm. Why you don't have like vegan cheese and vegan like...
Yeah, that tastes disgusting. But anyway,
So you don't try the chicken one day?
I have tried chicken.
You
I've
like it?
tried, No.
What about beef?
I've tried everything. I
You
just
know,
don't
just
like,
like... Because you've been a vegan all your life.
So let me explain. It's not that I come from a family that doesn't eat meat,
Mm-hmm.
all right? So apparently, this is a story I've been told. I was 2 years old. I was sitting down, eating a piece of chicken. My grandmother was in front of me. She was eating the chicken, and then after that, I just stopped eating meat. It's very weird. So I
Yeah.
used to eat meat from 1 to 2. And then after 2, 3 there
It's
about,
vegan stuff that you want.
just don't eat the meat. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Funny thing, I have a younger cousin that is very similar. He doesn't like meat.
Yeah,
So maybe it's some form of genetic predisposition.
probably.
But I function quite fine without it.
Yeah.
So that part is taken care of. Not to say that
You have
I
a little
don't-
body too,
I don't.
You just need to... If I'm going to the gym right now, man probably bigger than you. Yeah.
Probably. Hypothetical.
Yeah.
So that part, yes. Unlike him, though, I do eat some sweets.
Some sweets.
Yeah, I do eat some sweets. As you can see, his skin is glowing. Mine is all right.
Yeah.
Trust me, like he has gone through a transformation.
Yeah.
For sure. In terms of, I do really like him in terms of the herbs and stuff, particularly men's health.
Men's
so
health.
we can talk. We can talk, and also some form of age reversal and so forth. So he and I are very similar, minus the fasting.
Mm-hmm.
For
Oh, you
me.
prefer fasting?
No, he prefers fasting.
Okay.
I prefer eating. But I don't. My diet isn't so terrible. It's
Yeah.
not optimal, but it isn't so terrible.
Have somebody, like, since you guys like those type of food, have somebody, Kimberly, she's supposed to be on the pod as well. She has, like, well-fed in Linstead. You drive down, it's like, it's a mansion. You're there, and she cooks for you. It's a culinary experience. She cooks for you vegan food, and it does not taste vegan. She makes everything from scratch.
Can go on.
Yeah. Can go on a Sunday. What about you now?
All right. So for me I've basically done everything in the whole health space.
Yeah.
Right. So I was probably bigger than Rush.
Yeah.
So you can ask them. I get really big when I go to the gym. Quick.
So you don't go to the gym right now?
I work out at home. I have a gym there. So basically, for me, the whole health thing is about staying a man, right? And staying young and longevity, right? So for me, your free testosterone is very important for your mindset and actually staying a man and being able to do things that men do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I take having my body clean very important.
Yeah.
Very importantly. And so I'm into how to preserve it.
Yeah.
Right? The type of herbs that you actually need to take.
Yeah.
So pretty much he and I are very similar. We're very interested in
Who influenced who?
boy, we started off doing reading and everything the same time, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, from programming days, health days, all the days, it's just been there forever.
This curiosity is like the common thread.
Yeah.
Right?
so-
Curiosity and then
Yeah.
an engineering way of thinking. So every problem you take an engineer approach. Business, processes, software.
That's why the gym is easy.
Health.
Like
Yeah.
I go to the gym, within 2 months I can work up to squatting 4 plates on each side easily, right? Strong type of. So I've
What
done
about
that many
burpees?
times. Go again?
Burpees.
That easy something, man. That's how
Burpees is the most annoying thing when it
Yo,
comes to
it
the
is the most annoying thing for sure.
burpees is so I'm I do a lot of like gymnastic stuff and them things. So them thing they're a simple thing. So for me, the health thing is just preserving and remaining as young as possible, for as long as possible, and also you have ever checked your free testosterone levels?
Really?
Because they
And
fall as you age, you know.
the
you know?
testosterone is the thing that give you like sex drive and stuff like that.
Not only that, everything else, muscle development, sex drive
It's a main male
Mood.
hormone.
is the
per
main,
se.
yeah, the main. Yeah.
When I say tolerance to stress, what do you mean?
If you have low testosterone, you get depressed with stress very easily. If you have high testosterone,
So you have cortisol levels, right?
Right.
So if you have very high cortisol levels, dealing with enough businesses and thing, and your testosterone is low, you realize that you start get man boobs and all them type of thing. Because now if your testosterone is low, your estrogen levels is gonna go up.
You're more estrogen.
Especially if you eat a lot of soy food and them type of thing, you know. So
Estrogen is the main
Bro, you know what I need you
female
guys
hormone.
hormone.
to do for me? I want you to give me a life plan. So you see I made the play on words?
Yes, nice.
You know, that would be amazing, man. Like, and you guys can even start a business on that too, in terms
Yeah,
of
definitely.
like
I
your
was
health
thinking about it.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a lot of people would benefit from that because, as I said, entrepreneurs don't really have the
To
time
find the
to
balance.
Yeah, they don't have the time to find the balance. You know, so you guys are a great inspiration for them as well in terms of like finding that balance.
No, we're not balanced.
Like one example is my barber was getting like huge and knees started hurting him and all them type of thing, and I said, yo bro, I'm gonna put you on a whole plan for 30 days.
Yeah.
I went on the plan. First few days was hard, and then he came off the plan and he lost like 28 pounds. No more knee pain. Man, not even hungry again. Just simple thing, you know. Skin look different. Like people say, bro, like you're radiating and thing, and he's now about like 60% fruits, and then the rest is like some meats and vegetables and thing. And he says the best decision he has ever made in his life.
Yeah.
understand.
I said that because even when I'm eating like vegan food, it's nice and it make me feel good.
Yeah,
and
man.
It
Yeah,
make my
man.
body like.
You don't get bloated and all them
Yeah,
type of thing. Yeah, you see me? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you know what? A major question I wanted to ask you because I realized that you're the man that does the pitching to the different businesses to get them on board, right? What is that like?
It's an experience. It's, GiftMe really revolves around merchants. We're very merchant centric. As you can see, without the merchants, you wouldn't have GiftMe, right? And one of the hardest thing to solve in building two-sided marketplaces, meaning you have to pretty much grow the demand and the supply side simultaneously,
Yeah.
right? Because if we put up a website and we say, hey, we do digital gift cards, and you see 10 merchants there, you're not ever going to come back.
Yeah.
Right. So, onboarding the merchants, we had to pretty much show them how we create value for them. Right. Because that's really the problem that we're solving. When you go to a merchant, why should I come on to your platform? What can you do for me? How can you help me grow my business, sell more things, etc.?
Yeah.
So, gift cards inherently have some characteristics for businesses that, a lot of Jamaican companies, have not yet caught on to why gift cards are important. The gift card itself provides them with money upfront because, as you know, you buy a gift card, the merchant gets the money upfront, and you may not even use that gift card, right? So the merchant gets quote unquote free money to use that they can now go and invest in their businesses. Cash flow upfront, all that stuff. So, I mean,
we're going to have a big convo after this because I'm thinking about some questions around that.
Yeah.
But let me ask you outside.
Yeah, man. So
Outside
I mean, onboarding the merchants,
Get up for you.
Yeah, good man. Good.
onboarding the merchants, really and truly is about a value game You know, and it's really boots on the ground. That's the strategy that works.
Yeah.
You know, not trying to send enormous amount of emails behind a Zoom and Microsoft Teams, etc. It's literally going to merchants, knocking on their door, speaking to the people who can make decisions, who are there, getting to the decision makers. The thing about it is that people have always asked this question. So, how did you guys onboard so many merchants? Because they think that it's easy. It's one of the hardest things.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually maybe the hardest part of the business to do.
Yeah.
Right. But we can't really divulge all our craft. But just know that it's really about being disciplined. Going out, doing the fundamental things.
Patience.
Patience is
Tremendous
have
patience.
a big part to do with it.
Yeah.
So
like if like younger people wanted to like learn the strategies, because guys, come on. I know we're going to live for like 500 years, yeah. Again, but after those 500 years or 1,000 years, right? It's like you want the next generation to be able to have the knowledge to
Absolutely.
do even better things than we do right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what if a younger person or anybody there, younger or older, wanted to have the advice, whether they're in Africa and watching this right now, and they can actually utilize the knowledge to grow. Like, you're able to do something that not a lot of businesses are able to do, which is getting corporate entities on and also to get the clients on as well.
So I would say fundamentally, make the process as easy as possible.
How do you do that though?
Building a product that kind of engenders convenience around everything you do. So what I mean is this: when you go to onboard a merchant, so there are some fundamental things that the merchant wants to know. How do I get paid? How do I track my sales? Very important, right?
Yeah.
How is this thing done?
So you guys have like a merchant dashboard?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we
man.
do.
How do is it going to give my cashiers more work to do? Right. Because that's one of the things. It could have been.
They don't want additional work.
No.
The
So
cashiers
the money part of it is good to say, yeah, man, we have all this business channel, corporate channel, and all these users that's going to buy gift cards. All right,
Yeah.
that sounds good, but how easy it is?
The convenience.
How is it? Is my cashier going to have nightmare because some merchants face fundamental problems like turnover. It's a big problem, right? You may go to a merchant today, you deal with a cashier, the experience is good, and next week is a different cashier, right? So to having to maintain that standard across is very important.
Yeah.
So as I said, go back to your question, it has to be built around convenience. Every step of the way, for the merchant side, for the customer, for the corporate. If it's not easy, remember, people are inherently risk averse to technology when they're just getting to learn it.
Yeah.
So if you throw up something that put them off, or it may make them feel like, boy, this is so hard, they're not going to use it.
Yeah.
So it's really dumbing down the systems, dumbing down the processes, and making this thing very easy for them to use.
Yeah. So in terms of like pitching to one of these merchants, like what's it like?
Let me add to what you said, right? You do not want to, this would be my advice. You do not want to innovate so far into the future that nothing connects with what the
It's
customer
happening
has
right
now.
now.
Right? You want to innovate in a way where it automates what's happening now. And that's the first step. Then you can gradually introduce new ideas, new processes, and lead them along the way. Because if you go with a massive change, remember, people don't like change.
Yeah.
We're habitual creatures. If you decide to introduce chaos, that's change.
Chaos is change for real.
In an orderly system, you're not going to get acceptance. So that would be my advice, per se. Anyone pursuing any business endeavor.
Small steps at a time.
Yeah.
Small steps at a time.
Yeah, just to add to that, I mean, as Roger said, the initial innovation should be automation.
The initial innovation should be automation.
So that's the first step. And then the future innovation should be enhancement.
Okay, so
That's
enhance
pretty much-
what you've automated
Exactly.
to make it easier to understand.
So you
easier
trickle
to use.
down the enhancement to the user that in small bites that they can actually accept gradually over time.
let me ask a big question. I don't know if you guys are willing to share. You had said that at first, GiftMe had a very tedious process of signing up and all of that, which allowed a lot of people to just fall off and not be a purchase. So what did you guys implement, and how did you implement the process to make that easier process for them, and how can merchants do the same? Or what would you recommend to other merchants or websites to have a higher purchase rate?
Guest checkout.
Guest checkout?
Yeah.
But that comes with managing fraud.
Yeah. So
But
guest
if you can
checkout.
solve the fraud problem.
Which 3 days solves it. If you have 3 days implemented,
Alright.
that kind of
Blanket.
solves it.
Blanket, but you might have a lot of
You
fall-offs.
might have a lot of cart abandonment.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that.
With the 3 days.
With 3 days.
Yeah, but you don't want those customers.
Seven Crave with your example.
Yeah.
No, you're a legitimate customer.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't purchase anything using Seven Crave using your card because systems fail. That's
Yeah.
the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3DS solves some. So let me say this. There are types of fraud.
Mm-hmm.
You have a category of fraud called friendly fraud that 3DS doesn't solve for.
Friendly fraud, explain that to me.
So
Friendly fraud, how does fraud become friendly?
Let's true. It's a funny term. I wanted to. So let's say, for example,
Mm-hmm.
person X buys something on Seven Crave. Let's use Seven Crave as an example. And they get the package and they're like, oh, this isn't what I ordered. It doesn't match up. It is,
Mm-hmm.
but they're saying they're disputing it, right? Then they file a chargeback.
Mm-hmm.
Product not what expected.
Mm-hmm.
That's a type. Then the bank will look into it. Then the chargeback would occur, etc., or not. So that's the type of fraud that 3DS does not cover. 3DS covers the type of fraud we call criminal fraud. Somebody impersonates you, steals your identity, your credit card, and then uses it. That's the type of fraud 3DS covers. It doesn't cover the other types of fraud.
Okay, so the friendly fraud. Speaking on the friendly fraud,
Right.
how would a merchant protect himself against that type of friendly fraud where I buy a GiftMe from you and I was like, it's not what I had expected it. I expected it to get a physical one.
So how a merchant, essentially evidence collection. At that point, you will present your evidence to say, I did my part in good faith as the merchant, and this is the evidence.
Our customer agreement said that it was digital cards only. We sell digital card only.
So your terms of
There's-
service, your entire process, you clearly show the customer the terms of service. You have, we are a digital product, so we have logs. So we
Audit logs.
Audit
Client
logs.
audit logs and admin audit logs as well.
purchase,
Just purchase as well?
redemptions,
Just purchase alone?
everything is logged.
The whole process of purchasing a gift card has a log each step of the way.
Yeah.
From you selecting a product, entering credit card details, the delivery,
Yeah.
you opening the email, everything.
So basically, all the log is saying is impossible
Right.
for you.
So is it that you show the audit log to the banks?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we've actually
have-
won disputes because we could show that you actually opened the email and you got your digital gift card.
Have a
So,
like massive evidence collection kind of mechanism.
Hey, you know that movie by the name of is it
Yeah.
Blacklist or something like that?
Yeah, the TV show.
Yeah,
like
the
this,
TV
right.
show.
The series
Yeah.
with
Red-
Raymond
Red-
Reddington.
yeah,
You
Reddington,
are
Reddington.
Raymond Reddington. You are Raymond Reddington, but the man is like, yes,
Yes.
yes. That's how the man is. So what's next for GiftMe though?
That's a very good question, So we have a lot of things in the pipeline. I was mentioning earlier, I have a lot of
Smart
partnerships.
card partnerships,
The new app.
Well,
new
a lot
app.
of partnerships coming.
the Apple Pay integration. They're integrating with Apple Pay.
You hear this thing?
Huh?
Discussion about Apple Pay integration. We have the new mobile app that is coming that is going to be a very, very big update. So now you won't need to go on our website. You can just check out a gift card within the app.
Yeah.
You can share it with anybody. You'll be able to get points when you check out a gift card, or you refer a friend, or you do other actions that I can't speak of yet.
I have one big question to ask.
Yeah.
While we're on the same topic, what if a person is in a very rural area, right?
Yeah.
And speaking on the topic of if they go on, say for instance, they go on buy a e-gift card from a Total gas station or any gas station, Ruby's, Total, anyone, Fesco, they go and buy a gift card there, and they don't have a smartphone.
Yeah, so you don't need a smartphone.
What do you need?
So essentially, when you buy a regular gift card, you get a text message with the card and the code. So you just take
This
that
man has all the answers.
yeah,
Take the code
This
to the
man has
merchant.
all the
Tell
answers.
us
Wait.
10 step
This
side.
man has
bro.
all the answers.
10
bro.
step side.
So we made sure we engineer a lot of those
Progressive
friction
enhancement.
frictionless points in our process when we just started. This was
Yeah.
so we used to be in the same room discussing everything for hours on top of hours every day about how whiteboarding, sketching out things in a book, so everything that is built on top of GiftMe, on GiftMe that you see now was sketched in a book, right? Then it became a real feature, a real interface, a real code, a real backend, whatever it is. Now we are at the point where we have APIs that other people can integrate with, and this is what facilitates our partnership. So
Okay, so
essentially,
corporate
we're an
entities can
infrastructure
integrate
now.
with you guys now.
Corporate entities can integrate with us now.
Okay.
So if they wanted to build their own workflows internally within their own tools, they could integrate with us, and we don't
Mobile-
even have to
mobile apps as
interact
well.
with us. Mobile apps can integrate with us.
Any
Other
form of incentive
any
program.
for anybody.
Okay, so we can integrate with you guys. So the Billionaire Podcast wants a payment processor.
Ah.
We can
Yeah,
integrate with
for
GiftMe.
sure. So if somebody, you could do it because we have an API for redeeming the card in. So that could be in your thing.
Yeah.
So we have all the angles covered in terms of integration points because we're an infrastructure. We're not just a digital gift card platform,
Yeah.
right? So we are moving value in the form of digital gift cards. That's what we do essentially
Okay, so that is the
On
fourth.
behalf of our merchant.
on behalf of our merchants.
Okay, so that's the value at the forefront, but on the back end, you guys basically operate a software company that does
yeah,
multiple other
we
stuff
are a
as well.
software company. Everything is software driven. Everything.
Okay,
Right.
so that is the majority of what is next for you guys, plus the listing that you guys are. You guys-
I mean, it's that is not as Rash was saying, that is not off the table. We're not even thinking so far yet. We're just gonna
Build a
work
great product.
seriously.
But external, I would assume that external investors have approached you guys for like a share of the company
Oh,
and
for
stuff
sure.
like that.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like
And that's
Ev-
so
every
like
day.
some.
all the time. But we're still early days. We still have a lot of time to go to work and get our valuations off the charts and all them type of thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, people out there, we mentioned, said this, people out there think that we're way bigger than we are.
Yeah, and that's amazing. That's good.
That's a good thing because I think we've done such a good job with the brand. Because everywhere you go, I could ask somebody if they know it and they say, I don't. Do I know it? And then you show them the logo and say, oh, yes, I know that. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that is that. And then I've gone out and actually been at a merchant and see somebody come in there and they show their GiftMe thing and they don't know
That's
that,
good,
I'm
bro.
one of the owners of GiftMe,
That's good.
It's
I
pretty
not
cool. I've
even
seen
have
that
on
in
your
the
shirt
wild.
or anything like that.
You've seen that already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it in the wild multiple times.
Bro, I'm seeing so many things that this can be used for outside of everything that we talk about on the pod.
So the greatest thing is that, as Russ said, we're infrastructure. So we do anticipate that people will build on top of our infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you might have a great idea and you don't want to go on and take up the burden of onboarding all of these merchants. You can come and talk to us.
All right.
You
Okay,
understand?
so we have some APIs ready.
We're going to
that
talk
can
to you
use
guys.
for that.
We're going to talk to you guys. So you guys on social media?
We're not so heavy on the social media thing like you,
Yeah.
because I follow you on social media, So at one point there was somebody messaging me from a prof and I messaged you on Twitter and I said, yo, bro, some people impersonating the thing,
Bro, I promise
and
you.
asking me, yo, the course. You can make what did you say? I can make some money. I'm like, okay.
Bro, I was like, it's so like because as they pop up, I block them, but they're like more than probably 100
Everywhere, bro.
different
They're
fake
on
pages,
Twitter,
every
they're
platform.
TikTok.
Yeah.
But in terms of actively using social media, we don't do, probably 1 and 2 posts, but not like actively at all.
So what about give me like social media page like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
man.
active for
Yeah,
sure.
man. That's very
That is
active.
active.
So we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have,
Okay.
we have
And
most of
people-
the,
we
the
also have
platforms.
this thing that we just started testing recently, a new feature is called Cash Drop Wednesdays. In the GiftMe
What's
app.
that?
So essentially, people can sign up for it every Wednesday, and it has a leaderboard, and the person in the app that refers the most people to the app automatically wins smart gift cards in their app instantly at the end of the night.
Okay, and this is some things we can look forward to is that you guys raising the limit to 500,000.
No, you can definitely not look for that.
We can cut that out of the podcast too.
So what I want to know, because this is knowledge for a lot of people, startups. I mention and I respect you guys' teamwork and efforts, and the fact that you guys are 3 founders. Give me a Ferrari, boys.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys manage to establish that trust factor, where it allows you to actually work with each other and just be able to grow and understand the same vision and the same goal?
So, I mean, what I would say from my perspective is that each of us here understands each other's strengths, right? And know that, listen, like, this not gonna work without throwaway.
Yeah.
You get me? What Rush do, I can't do. What I do, Harry can't do.
Yeah.
Or Roger.
Yeah.
Right? So
And I wouldn't say it's not that you can't do it, it's just that you don't need to.
It's not your strong suit.
it's not your strong
Yeah.
suit. So you leverage each other's strength, right? And also, it all comes down to all of us trying to achieve the same thing. So we're not gonna say we don't have disagreements, like that don't exist. We have agreements every day. You understand? But it come back round to what we are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
What is what is the common goal?
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, if this is the common goal, then we find parity.
I can also tell you that it's also, we have common ground because we have so many people reaching out to us to say, they want a partner and this and that. And then it actually shows you that what we're building is
amazing.
And these are companies that are way, 1 million times bigger than us, reaching out to us. Right? Wow. And that's very wild, we're just 2 years old now to having achieved the growth.
I see you guys, I gave you guys the map of Jamaica and I said you should have like that GiftMe
for sure,
pins
across
Jamaica. I see you guys having like a global GiftMe pin.
Yeah, for sure. It will happen.
It will happen, and I'm looking forward to that happening like probably the next year or so.
Next year?
Yeah, man.
Next year.
It can give you like about 20 million US and we just
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Run it out.
Yeah, man. So I mean, So I mean, the Caribbean is our third tree for now because you have infrastructure in the United States that kind of do a lot of these things. As I said, we're the infrastructure now.
But while there are infrastructure that do a lot of these things, the way that you guys do it and some of the ideas that we're talking about and we're going to talk about off the pod, like what I realize with a lot of companies and a lot of software developers, they grow to a level, they're big and they don't continue they lose touch. They don't continue to take advice.
They're not day one
from
anymore.
the user. They're not day one anymore, right? But I see that you guys have that within you right now.
Yeah, man.
Right? And then also the next major thing that I see you guys have as well is they're there for you guys to use as, okay, you guys are doing this, let me do something better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of that. So I figure you give me all over the world. Global give me,
For sure.
I mean, we definitely have great aspirations for sure. We do realize that it's a big blue ocean. In some territories that I would want to go into. So we have some aspirations.
So the good thing about our business is that we can grow parallelly and vertically.
Yeah.
Because we're an infrastructure.
Yeah. I love that. I love that about you guys. So thanks for being on the Billionaire Podcast. It's an amazing pod. I wanted to go 5 hours with you guys. But when I wanted to go 5 hours,
Respect.
And then we can have our next pod, multiple other podcasts, because I want to talk to you guys a lot about like technologies, Evo. We're going to talk off the pod. Then we're going to talk on the pod. You get me? But thanks again for being on the Billionaire Podcast. You guys have been amazing, tremendous inspiration for the viewers. Before we even go, like any final words you guys have for the viewers, like individually?
Yeah, so I wanted to just say something to entrepreneurs out there. I was speaking to somebody recently and they said to me they wanted to start a business and they're going to do a business plan.
Yeah.
So I kind of interrupted them immediately and I said that is the wrong approach.
Approach.
So I gave them just my 2 cents about it. So when you have an idea, you actually go find your customers first. Your idea should be a napkin idea. It should be simple and easy to figure out what the revenue model looks like. You should go talk to your customers first, figure out what their willingness to pay is, if they're even willing to pay before you have a product that is ready. And then basically find out if you have a large enough target audience. Find out if money is actually flowing in that market already, and try to insert yourself in the flow. That is essentially how you will make money, through either saving that flow time, making that flow more efficient, or anything like that. So I would not create a full-fledged document and call it a business plan with projections. Those things are too much, too early. So that's what I would say to anybody, an entrepreneur, early entrepreneurs out there.
Yeah, and the next thing as well, to add to that, as an entrepreneur or as a startup, things change so fast.
Yeah.
Right? That you don't want to pin yourself down to any specific thing. Because the customers, as you were saying, the customers are the ones that are supposed to tell you what they want. Right? And then you build based on that, and then ideas will come. Then you can even you add in your ideas as well too.
Exactly.
You keep on growing. What about you?
Well, just to reiterate what he said, man plans and God laughs.
Man plans and God laugh.
So, just that. And just say, to quote my fellow co-founder here, convenience is a commodity.
Yeah.
And if you look deeply into that statement, you'll unlock a lot of things that you're doing wrong. We spoke about onboarding and the entire process. Like convenience is what we're trying to provide.
Yeah.
That's what we're selling. So you can either save people time or money.
Whether you're rural, whether you're corporate, no matter where you're at. Yeah. Convenience is a commodity.
Convenience is a commodity.
Perfect.
Stay curious.
Yeah.
Stay very curious. Stay humble. Don't be arrogant.
Don't be arrogant.
Don't be arrogant.
All right.
I mean, I would just say two things. Fear. Yeah. Have no fear.
Have no fear. So that billionaire never have fear.
Have no fear. It's either you win or you fail. But there's really no failure, because if you fail, you're going to learn from it and you're going
to keep on improving.
You're going to go again.
Yeah. Right? And as software engineers and as businessmen and entrepreneurs, a lot of the failures that you guys had, quote unquote failures, is the reason why you're here right now.
Yeah. And I mean, even within GiftMe, so the fear factor now rose into my second point, whereby, don't be wedded and you brushed on it. Don't be married to an idea.
Yeah.
So you have an idea and you say, boy, this is the sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
You do your thing, you go out there, but it doesn't mean that it's dead, It doesn't mean that you can achieve it another way. You can change form, right? And there are a lot of things within GiftMe that we swear blind with a shot. And right now, we just pack it up. So you understand? I will just come again.
To add to that, Rash, you have to iterate fast. So I think the key in the technology space is to move faster than everybody else. As you usually say, 10 steps ahead or whatever it is. The other thing is never baby up any idea. Because if you are building something for a while, you don't have product market fit after a while, boy, it better you move on.
Yeah.
Product market fit is you have customers that are actually paying you. That's product market fit. If you don't have that, you say, oh my God, I love it. It's my baby. No, don't do that with a company or an idea or anything like that. Get rid of those thoughts out of your head. It's a business is supposed to actually save you time after a while.
Yeah.
That's what business is supposed to buy back your freedom, your time, freedom, essentially.
Yeah, you put in 2 years in it. After the third, fourth year, supposed to start seeing back some
of
value
course,
from
for sure. So essentially, that is how we like to think about things.
Yeah. Khalil, have anything?
I mean, they've said all the vital points. I mean, as I said, the main thought running through my head right now is I really appreciate the fact that they came together as a group. And I think that's what made them so strong in terms of what they're doing. That keeps their ship floating, because I don't think any one of you could have did this. And it's like you guys, as I said, as I've repeated so many times, you guys are 10 steps ahead of yourself and probably 15 steps ahead of the competition. And I think that's all because you guys run a tight ship and you guys work as one unit. And I really appreciate the fact that you guys just do your thing like that.
Respect. Competition watching this right now.
Hey, I feel like we need to create that hashtag "Give me a Ferrari" because we're seeing that like a year from now
Yeah,
for real,
yeah,
like
yeah.
worldwide takeover.
I like it.
Worldwide takeover for real. You know, but respect for being on the
big
pod.
bro.
Y'all know the
Yeah,
vibe.
man.
Super
Yeah,
blessed.
big up.
Super rich. Winners win.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So guys, we're all gonna say that we have a thing that we do at the end of the pod where everybody
Yeah. For sure. We can, of course.
To
winners
winners
win.
win.